Day. I'm RTV.
Guys, we are going live. I'm not in the chat room yet because my computer went down, but I'll get there. I think we just lost the station.
Here we go. I'm bringing you in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Katz Tonight.
And you're in.
A very happy Memorial Day, everybody. Always feels weird to say Happy Memorial Day, but it is. It should be. It should be a day of remembrance, and it should be a day to remember how fortunate we all are. So much to get to today. We'll have Sports Mike a little bit later to talk about the Indy 500, which I watched from Los Angeles. I should have been there, but it was still excellent. Excellent. Cannot wait to dig in with him. So much to get to. Kurt Schlichter joining us a little bit later in the program, of course, with me on Tracked and Targeted from Town Hall. His latest book, Conservative Insurgency, available for pre-sale. Amazon.com is for sale. You can actually get the copy on my birthday, July 15th. Yes, national holiday. You're welcome. But I do say Happy Memorial Day, one and all, or those of you who are more old school want to call it Decoration Day, as it was originally after the Civil War, as a way of remembering the fallen. I not usually this type of person, but I've seen this quite a bit today, and I have not this weekend spent too much time on social media. I've spent enough time to be so sickened that I had to shut it off. And I've even responded to things which made it to twitchy, words that you're not allowed to use on radio. I used in social media. The response was so completely visceral and absolutely understandable from me. We'll get into it. But I saw a couple of people talking about Memorial Day as a day to thank those who serve. And people getting upset with the people who were doing that because that's not what Memorial Day is. That's Veterans Day. You thank a veteran. You thank someone who is serving, even though they're not yet a veteran, for protecting the country. Memorial Day is about remembering those who have died in service to the nation. And I want to say to the people who are willing to be upset with those who say, you see, you got it wrong. You don't even understand what you're doing. It's not Veterans Day. It's Memorial Day. Don't do it. I am a true believer in the idea that someone who's trying should be applauded for trying. Sure, you can find a reason, a rationale, something that could prove that false. Of course you can. I have no doubt that you can. I'm sure I could if I started really, really digging into certain levels of minutia. But I don't want to shame the person or be angry with the person who wanted to say something nice, who wanted to remember, it was on their mind, it was in their head, and it was, maybe it's just something they said wrote, right? Maybe it's a politician, and they needed to get it out there, and they didn't say it right. I don't want to shame that person for at least making the attempt. I think that is the worst thing we do. And we do it from this knee-jerk ideological perspective that somehow when someone makes a mistake who isn't in agreement with our political philosophy, for example, we got to attack that person and eviscerate that person and shame that person and insult that person. Not when they're on the right track. Appreciate the wishes, but just as a reminder, always remember, Memorial Day is about those who have passed. Veterans Day is about those who are still with us. I think that's decent. That is and it costs us nothing. I will tell you that this weekend has. I don't ever want to say I'm shaken. That's not it. But I saw that this past weekend that I have never misestimated, if that is a word, that there is a fight, that there is a ideological difference, a philosophical difference, a values-based difference, a standards-based difference. That's really the word. Between in America, there really are two camps, if you will: the camp that wants to be free and the camp that wants to tell you how to live your life. That is true. That is true. And very often those camps can switch sides, but still there are these two camps. I underestimated in one segment exactly how far the progressive side will go. And I do this for a living. I don't underestimate. I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I am on top of it. I am privy to conversations and subjects of a level of minutia that is unnecessary for human beings to function in order to make sure I understand it. And I missed something. Missed it. And came to the awful and stark realization that I underestimated the levels to which the adversaries of you being able to choose your path will go. And did it in a way that I don't know the last time I was shocked. I don't know the last time I was like, there's no way that happened. We're going to get into that. We're going to discuss it a little bit later. But when I see people with the same reaction to everything, they'll react to someone calling you a bigot or a homophobe or an anti-Semite in the same exact way they'll react to someone saying Happy Memorial Day and talking about veterans. The reaction is where I'm at. There is a moment for a reaction of holy cow. There's a reaction, a moment for reaction of disgust and, yes, indeed, anger. And then there's a moment for helping somebody along because they're making an attempt. That is, I swear to you, I cannot begin to tell you how infuriating it is when people screw up simple human niceties. By the way, Memorial Day, those who died; Veterans Day, those who served; Armed Services Day, those who are serving. Thank you, chat room there, Beautiful Eye Wings, in case I did not say it clearly. I don't want us to be the people who lose our humanity. Because what I underestimated is the levels to which the progressive in America is willing to completely give up their humanity for their ideology. I knew it was true. I have seen them do it, that they place clearly ideology over humanity. What I underestimated was the depths to which they will go. And the answer now from me all the time will be they are bottomless. There is no place they will not go. There is no place. I watched today, this weekend I should say, as progressives said that Holocaust survivors had a better deal in the U.S. because of whiteness. I watched progressives turn Holocaust survival into racial justice, if that's such a thing, which it isn't. It doesn't exist. It's nonsense. It's horse crap. that they could utilize surviving the Holocaust. No knowing if they were Jewish or German or gay or a gypsy or all the many, many groups attacked, killed for who they are, for what they believed. But that was fair game to them. When someone writes Happy Memorial Day and they get it confused with Veterans Day, you cannot treat them with the same amount of vitriol as you do the person who wants to say that Holocaust survivors had a better deal because they were white. Don't be that person. Save your humanity. Much more ahead. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
93 WIBC.
The second closest race in Indy 500 history. Brian Hunter-Ray beat Elio Castroneves.
Another news update is just minutes away.
I'll take to the streets of Isla Vista and slay.
Get the facts,
Every single one of us owes our fallen heroes a profound debt of gratitude.
not just the talking points.
Vladimir Putin. He's had strategic control.
Veterans have died.
Get the benefits and opportunities that they have earned.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, it's Steve Simpson for Leaf Guard of Indiana. You know, when I needed a gutter protection system, I chose Leaf Guard of Indiana, the ultimate gutter protection system. Not just clog-free, but guaranteed clog-free. A Leaf Guard doesn't go up under your shingles or attach to your roof like the other shutters, covers, and helmets out there. That means that Leaf Guard does not nail to your roof decking. So they're not going to compromise your roof, or more importantly, its warranty. Now, right now, Leaf Guard of Indiana is offering 12 months interest-free and payments as low as $50. So if you have ever thought about calling Leaf Guard, now is the time. 317-546-0600. Guaranteed never to
Anyway.
and forget them. I have. Call before the offer is pulled. Leaf Guard of Indiana, 317-546-0600, or you can find them at leafguardofindiana.com. Again, the number, 317-546-0600.
When it rains, it shines, and you're worry-free. A Leaf Guard gutter never clogs. Guaranteed.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's
All right.
PrimeImageMedia.com.
All right.
PrimeImageMedia.com.
The girls with the biggest smiles in Indy are the ones wearing rings from Distinctive Diamonds. They're showing them off everywhere. Facebook, Pinterest,
Making a little
Instagram,
twitchy
you name it.
news this evening.
Distinctive Diamonds, you can get it all. Thanks to our direct importer prices on hand-picked diamonds, guys can find the perfect stone.
Yeah, so both computers,
And thanks to our
my
unbeatable designer
chat room
collection,
computer
girls can find that one-of-a-kind
and
setting that fits
my
their
broadcast
personality.
computer, both running
Together,
awkwardly
You get
today.
style and value. The look she wants. The value he
I don't know
wants,
what
and the
I
reaction
don't know what it
they
is.
both want. Distinctive Diamonds, not a chain.
But we'll figure it
store.
out.
Indy's one-of-a-kind special place for diamonds and bridal jewelry. Locally owned, internationally connected. Come see why Distinctive Diamonds is year after year voted best place for rings and designer jewelry.
Hi, this is Chris from Distinctive Diamonds, where Indy gets engaged. Come see the best selection of hand-picked diamonds and wonderful designer engagement rings in Indiana. Don't settle for the chain store jewelry. Get her the best at Distinctive Diamonds, Keystone at the Crossing beside the Green Bridge.
Hi, folks. It's the old Dirt Doctor with exciting news. I found the Fountain of Youth. After months of visiting mattress shops, and there's a bunch of them, I found the ultimate dream machine at Long's Mattress, the Bowles Mattress. And it's tailor-made right here in Indiana. After dreaming on a Bowles, we call it Southern Comfort. At my age, it just takes longer to recharge my battery.
All right.
But on a Bowles mattress, each morning I awake feeling like a new man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good
It's
show.
the Fountain of Youth. Check out any of the 4 fine Long Mattress locations on US 31 South.
Thank you, David.
Downtown
It drives me so mental.
82nd in Southport on
When there's an
US 31
opportunity
South,
for
and in
something
Avon
better, go
on
for the
US
something better. What do you?
546 and Tesla
People who take the
Green.
cheap shot.
Sleep happily ever after on a Bowles from Long's Mattress. For more details, go online.
Doesn't
to
help.
longsmattress.com.
It's the Good Guys All-American Nationals Card Show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, June 6th to the 8th. Bring the whole family and watch the tire-screeching Good Guys Autocross Racing Competition. Or test your own skills in vehicle and compete on the course yourself. Plus, enjoy the heart-pounding Good Guys Friday Night Vintage Drags at Lucas Oil Raceway. And don't miss the Hot Runners of Tomorrow Engine Challenge. For tickets and details, visit good-guys.com. Good Guys, full throttle fun.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your choice of local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, A Comfortable Climate. Owner James Shockey has more than 20 years experience.
I've had time over that 20 years to encounter, learn, and come across scenarios that normal heating and air companies may not come across. It gives me the experience to diagnose your problem and give you peace of mind to know that someone knows what they're doing when they're working on your system.
A Comfortable Climate invites you to celebrate the indoors with Comfort Plus rebates this spring on American Standard air equipment. Get more info at IndyHomeComfort.com or call 257-HEAT.
30 seconds.
Right on, 30 seconds.
YBC.
Mark
Hey,
your
it's
calendars.
still not
The
back.
4th annual Donato's Downtown Freedom Blast at the Indiana War Memorial on July 4th is approaching. Activities begin at 6 p.m. Lemon Wheel will be performing live on the Indianapolis Gold Stage. Also be listening to Indy's Morning News all this week for your chance to win a Basement Watchdog NOAA Weather Alert radio. Listen and follow us on Facebook for your chance to win.
Grab more info online at WIBC.com. You're listening to Tony Katz Tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
We already have the phones lighting up. It is Memorial Day. If there's something you want to say, I want to hear it. Most definitely. It's not an open phones kind of day, but I'll gladly hear it. 317-239-9393. Toll free 800-571-9422. So there are moments where you're not supposed to go after someone, even if they're your quote-unquote enemy. When they're attempting to do the right thing, help them along. Create that opportunity to then create other opportunities. It doesn't make sense. If someone says Happy Memorial Day by saying how they're going to go thank a veteran, don't get upset with them. Don't do it. It doesn't make any sense. It's a bad idea. Here, however, here's something you can get upset with. We made a little twitchy news tonight. We did. Myself and Stephen Cruiser, a whole host of people. The Labor Secretary, Tom Perez, sent out a tweet congratulating Oberlin College graduates. You know who's an Oberlin College graduate? Michelle Malkin. Oberlin College graduate. Laments often. Her alma mater. But he put out a tweet which is clearly a reason to confront somebody. Because this is the Labor Secretary of the United States of America engaging in a conversation so twisted and sick, so truly un-American and indecent. It's the most awful thing I can think of telling a college grad. He says, congrats to Oberlin College grads today. Remember, don't let individualism trump community. Move from a selfie culture to an ussy culture. I swear to you, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with that. I asked on Twitter, under the Tony Katz Tonight Twitter, that account, because I have at Tony Katz and at Tony Katz Tonight. Is individualism a problem? Stephen Cruiser, of course, dear friend, said nothing commie to see here. Move along. It is as ignorant as anything I have ever heard. Let us be clear about a few things, if we don't mind. Just a couple of things, if we can. Individuals have done more for America than any group, an association you can probably name. We do not, in America, remember the groups. We remember the men and women. Let's not even go back into colonial America. Let us not go to Civil War America. Let us not engage in the Industrial Revolution. Let us engage in the 1970s. Bill Gates. And this conversation doesn't come from me, although I've discussed it before. I can't remember his name. He was a billionaire in New York who eventually committed suicide. His name was Robert Wilson. Robert Wilson gave away $800 million before he killed himself. And Robert Wilson, because when you have that much money, you get on certain email lists, you know, it's like, okay, you buy one product from Adam and Eve, and next thing you know, all you get is nothing but emails and letters in plain brown wrappers. One thing. It's all I bought. It was a goof. It was a joke. It wasn't from me. It was a gag gift. Really, it was a gag gift. I'm serious. He had gotten an email from Bill Gates, and Bill Gates is imploring him to give to this charity and that charity and engage more philanthropy and to really help spread the word to get others to engage in more philanthropy. And what Robert Wilson said to him was, I appreciate the email. Please don't send them to me anymore because you're off base. The world is not better off, Bill, because you were a philanthropist when you were young. The world was better off because you were as selfish as the day is long. Those are my words, not Robert Wilson's, but it's the thesis. And you did nothing but focus on Windows. You did nothing but focus on DOS. You did nothing but focus on Microsoft. Because you did those things and engaged in those selfish acts, we are all better off. Our world is uniquely better because you did this exact thing. Then when you had the money, you want to engage in philanthropy, that's fine. But don't tell young people who are just starting out to engage in philanthropy. That is nonsense. It's a mistake. My words now, not his. It is an evil act. It takes away from them the drive that is necessary to build the thing we have yet dreamed of. And here's the Labor Secretary telling people to do just that. Forget about yourself. Remember the collective. The collective. History does not remember the collective. It remembers the men and women who reached for something greater, who achieved against all odds. Be one of those people. The Labor Secretary is a fool and an embarrassment and a shame. Don't listen to him. Laugh at him when he speaks. Tom Perez is his name. Laugh out loud. Kurt Schlichter is up next this Memorial Day. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
This hour is powered by Whispers Hearing Centers.
Hey, it's the chicks on the right here to tell you about our spring cleaning heroes at Zero Res Carpet Care. Yep, now is the best time to clean up, and that means calling Zero Res.
Believe me.
Zero Res cleans green using their empowered
wasn't
water
for me.
technology, and there's no residue left.
That thing from Adam and Eve. It's not like I'm wearing it right now.
You shouldn't just clean your carpet and surfaces when they look dirty. You call Zero Res because they make your home healthy and clean, getting rid of all the bacteria and germs you can't see.
Right,
and isn't that really the whole point of spring cleaning? They're still running their 3-room special, just $129 for pre-treating, cleaning, and sanitizing. Just call them at 388-5141.
There it is, Colin.
WIBC special. And don't forget, Zero Res cleans upholstery, countertops, and tile floors, too, with no soaps, shampoos, surfactants, or any other chemicals. That number again is 388-5141, or you can visit ZeroResIndy.com and tell them the chicks on the right sent you. Don't forget, spelled forwards or backwards, Zero Res is the right way to clean.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production.
All right.
PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
Did you know the owners of Distinctive Diamonds will look at over 100 diamonds and pick only about 5 of them to sell here in Indy? That's how picky we are. Only the best diamonds, carefully chosen from the best diamond cutters overseas, hand-picked for maximum brilliance and maximum value. You know what happens to the diamonds we reject? Many of them end up being sold online or in the hands of middleman brokers or in the showcases of those mega corporate chain stores. Yeah, don't compromise. Be assured of the best quality and the most dazzling diamonds at Distinctive Diamonds. Distinctive Diamonds, where Indy gets engaged. With the best selection of diamonds, the most gorgeous designer rings, the guaranteed best value, and free service for life. Voted best jewelry store in Indy for rings and designer jewelry year after year.
Hi, this is Chris from Distinctive Diamonds, celebrating 11 years as the undisputed value leader when it comes to diamonds here in Indy. Come see the state's best selection of hand-picked, dazzling diamonds at true direct importer prices.
Oh, come on.
Distinctive Diamonds, Keystone at the Crossing.
Red, white, and blue savings at Godby Home Furnishings. Take 15% off our lowest prices. We've got all the newest styles of sofas and chairs by Lazy Boy, solid wood dinettes made in the USA, bedroom suits designed for any decor, and you'll save an extra 15%. Plus, if you purchase an iComfort or iSeries mattress by Serta, you can finance your purchase with 0% APR for 4 years. That's Memorial Day savings at Godby Home.
Let me know when he's on.
Hey, sis, what was the name
We've
of
got
that
him.
house
Right
we
on.
went to last year?
Oh, you mean Butler's Wholesale
Right
Greenhouse?
on.
She's been going there for years. They have the best ferns. And
Does he
their
sound drunk?
hanging baskets are huge.
No, he's ready to roll.
They have over 20
All right, that's usually what he sounds like when he's drunk.
from $13.50 to $19.50. In fact, you can't beat their prices. They have annuals up to 48 count, including vegetable mix and
So I'm
match
just saying.
for $13. Their
Well, it could be then.
He could be drunk.
$15 for 36 plants.
So something you just gotta be aware of. You gotta be ready for it.
Quality. Oh, their plants are gorgeous. And you know, they let you shop all their greenhouses, 3.5 acres in all.
Well, how about getting together and taking Mom this weekend? Sounds good to me.
Butler Wholesale Retail Greenhouse, located at 2401 West Morris Street, only 2 miles.
All right. We're moving right along on this program of programs, a show of shows.
370-2315. Butler's, where your gardening dollar goes yards further. Check them out on Facebook. Butler's Flowers and Plants.
Dreyer & Reinbold BMW invites you to come drive the 2014 BMW X1 and BMW 320i X-Drive. You can lease the new 2014 BMW X1 S-Drive 28i for only $319 a month, or a 2014 BMW 320i X-Drive for only $339 a month. These BMWs come with all-wheel drive, automatic transmission, leather, heated seats, iPod USB adapter, and Bluetooth telephone, along with a fuel-efficient twin-turbo 4-cylinder engine. Lease is based on 36 months, $2,750 down, 10,000 miles per year with preferred credit. Taxes and fees due at lease signing. See dealer for details. Lease a new 2014 BMW X1 S-Drive 28i for just $319 a month, or a 2014 BMW 320i X-Drive all-wheel drive for only $339 a month at Dreyer & Reinbold BMW, located on the north side at I-465 in Keystone, and on the south side at US 31 in Greenwood, and at DreyerReinboldBMW.com.
Fifth Church of Christ Scientist Indianapolis invites you, your children, and their friends to an afternoon of spiritual inspiration with the host of the Daily Lift audio podcast, Nate Frederick. Nate will be talking about Love's Divine Adventure, a 3-part prayer that heals, Sunday, June 1st at 2 p.m. Sunday school-age children and young adults are invited to attend our Sunday school, which starts at 10, and then share a pizza lunch with Nate after Sunday school, prior to his talk at 2 on June 1st at Fifth Church, 655 East 62nd Street at College Avenue.
Back in 10.
Here.
Right on.
With it comes warmer temperatures, and that means you'll need cooler air. Find an American Standard dealer near you at WIBC.com. You're listening to Tony Katz tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Joined now by Kurt Schlichter, town hall columnist, author of Conservative Insurgency, available at Amazon.com. Just look up Kurt Schlichter, SCHLICHTER, or look up Conservative Insurgency, or go to the chat room right now at TonyKatz.com and get the link. Also, Kurt is a full colonel, although not speaking for the military in this conversation. Kurt, great to have you on the program. Happy Memorial Day, my friend.
Thank you, Tony, my pal. How you doing?
You know, I think I'm all right, but we've been having this conversation that there are people out there who get Memorial Day confused with Veterans Day, and I don't think we should yell at those people. I think we should help those people along, and there are too many who are trying to score cheap political points when they want to yell at somebody for getting it wrong as opposed to doing the work of trying to help them get it right.
Tony, I'm just grateful for the support our young people in uniform get. I know that when I've traveled in uniform, people flock to you. That's not you. It's what you symbolize. And they're thankful and they're proud, but they don't fully understand what military folks do. A lot of it's kind of alien. If you know what's happening, you need to explain it to people. They want to learn. They want to do the right thing. They want to help you out. They want to show their support. So, if somebody comes up to me and says, "Happy Veterans Day today," hey, at least they're not spitting on me. At least I don't have to go through what the generation ahead of me had to go through from those progressive scumbags who showed nothing but contempt for our warriors.
You're talking about Vietnam. You're talking about progressives in general. We've seen a fair amount of contempt from the progressive movement on a great number of subjects, but I do want to get back to this whole idea of where we are and what the military has done and offered. There was a stat that was out recently, and it could have been from years ago, but it's still true today, that there was a time that in the United States Congress, 80% of those members of Congress served in one way or another, and now that number is 20% or less. Does not having the military background, does it have an effect? What is the effect that you see in terms of how we are politically, and what kind of effect does that have on, you're talking about young people, you're talking about people in schools, in high schools and colleges today?
Well, here's the way I think of it. I think military people are the victim of their own success. What military people are struggling to do is to make sure that other people don't have to go through what they had to. And in large part, we've been very, very successful. Most people today are never going to be able to serve in the military. The military will only take about 20% of people. That's how difficult it is to get in our elite military now. It's just very hard. And there's millions of people who would have been happy to serve, but because they had a physical injury or some other disqualifying factor, they're no fault of their own, they just can't do it. So, I think it becomes a question of expertise. We need some people with a military background in Congress providing that kind of experience. And we've got a few, look at Tom Cotton, Army Airborne Ranger. Martha McSally's running for Congress in Arizona. She commanded an A-10 battalion. Joni Ernst running for Senate in Iowa. She was a National Guard battalion commander, same as I was. It's great to have people with that experience, but I'm not one of those military people who says, hey, if you weren't in the military, don't talk. No. This is America. Everybody gets to talk. But a wise person listens to the folks who have that perspective and that experience when it comes down to those questions.
I have been told I'm not allowed to talk because I never served, but I sit behind the microphone for 3 hours a night. If I don't talk, really, we have a big problem. We're talking with Kurt.
That would be difficult for you.
Very much. Talking to Kurt Schlichter, author of Conservative Insurgency, available at Amazon.com. Your latest article, Kurt, on Town Hall, you're talking about the VA, you're talking about the unbelievable scandal that is the VA hiding secret lists, waiting lists, trying to get bonuses, but not admitting to the unbelievable disaster that was trying to see patients, the months and months of waiting. You are not a fan of Secretary Shinseki, used to be General Shinseki, and your article talks about just that.
Well, he's still a general because he still holds that rank, and he'll do that till he dies, unless it's stripped from him for criminal behavior.
Was I thinking ahead? Was that my problem?
Well, no, and I'm not saying that, but it is imperative that if he isn't fired, he resign. And I'll tell you why. In the military, when you are an officer, when you are a commander, you are responsible for everything your unit does or doesn't do. I commanded at the battalion level, reinforced battalion level, actually. If I was not performing, if I was not getting the mission done, if I was not taking care of my soldiers, it would be time for me to go. And if you're honorable, you go to your commander and say, sir, I'm not able to fulfill my duties. I am not the best there is, and our troops deserve the best. Relieve me of my command. If they don't have the character to do that, they need to be relieved. Well, the president has chosen not to relieve General Shinseki. I think it is incumbent upon him to do it himself, because, Tony, this isn't just a failure out in Phoenix. This isn't those guys in Cincinnati screwing up.
Those rogue agents?
Exactly. This is a systemic failure. He's been on the job 5 years. I can take a failure of accountability among civilians. I understand that. I understand it's a different mindset. But among someone whose watchword needs to be duty, honor, country, for whom, command is a sacred responsibility, I'm greatly disappointed, General Shinseki. It's like we were in a different army. It's really heartbreaking. I didn't agree with everything he said when he was on duty. He had some controversial positions I didn't subscribe to, but I always respected the man. But I got to tell you, that's gone, because he hasn't fallen on his sword. He hasn't said, someone else can do better for me, for these veterans, better than me for these veterans.
But I hear this.
I'm going to get out of the way.
Let me try and make I don't know if it's an analogy, a corollary. I'll let you decide on the proper term. I have heard people say that the biggest problem that we have with police today, for example, is that we've replaced guys who have on-the-street experience with guys who are political by nature. And therefore, the political guys are the ones who got promotions to captain or chief or whatever the case may be. And therefore, there is an inability to properly run police departments, for example, in many cities across the country. Is that the problem in the military? It's become a more political military as opposed to people who really have the experience?
Well, there are huge problems in the military itself right now. This is no surprise to anybody who's been watching the news. There is an ethical crisis within the military. Tony, we court-martialed a general officer. Let me say that again. Because if you're military, that's the kind of thing that makes you stop in your tracks and say, what the hell? We court-martialed a general officer who, at best, was sleeping with his subordinates, and at worst was sexually assaulting them. This is so inconceivable. This is so wrong. This is, and he was convicted of some of the charges and allowed to retire with his pension.
Right.
So we have a military that is not meeting its basic ethical standards. We have an ethical crisis at the top.
Is the ethical crisis? Is the ethical crisis within the military, or is the ethical crisis? I don't mean to say not. I don't mean it this way, but go with me. Is it within the military, or is it within the executive, the commander in chief? Yes, in the military, but I'm separating it for the sake of the conversation.
I refuse to, in any way, let the military escape from its own responsibility to police itself. The executive branch, there are things I think it could do better. The problems within the military are of the military's making, and the responsibility and the authority and the power to correct them lie within the military. We in the military have screwed up. We have screwed up and lost our bearings. There are naval officers being relieved for outright corruption and bribery. There are Air Force officers being relieved for going, being in charge of all our nuclear weapons, going to Moscow and getting drunk. This is inconceivable. I would love to be able to point the finger at someone else and say, no, it's not us. It's them. It's them. It's them. No. Because the first step to fixing a problem is admitting there is a problem. There is an ethical problem at the highest reaches in the military. We need to find our ethics again. The young soldiers, the young warriors, they're no different than they were before. They are outstanding. They are amazing. They are ethical. They are leaders. Every day it is an honor to have led them. But the senior leaders are falling short for them. Not all of them. There are great senior leaders out there. But too often we see people thinking, conceiving that they can act unethically and that they might get away with it. That has to end, and the only people who can do it are the military.
His latest article is at townhall.com. The book Conservative Insurgency, available at amazon.com, and we are appearing together along with Stephen Cruiser at Texas Online this weekend. Tickets still available. I'm looking forward to it. I will speak to you before then, Kurt. Thank you, man.
I hope so. Look, you didn't even let me be funny. You're very
No. Wait, you want to stay? You want to stay through the break? I'll let you be funny after the break.
Let's do it.
Hot diggity. He's sticking around. Keep it here, everybody. This is Tony Katz tonight.
24 hours
All right,
a
so he's
day,
sticking around.
360
All right, yeah.
days a year. Members of the 3rd U.S. Infantry guard the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Without him, we may well wonder, as others have.
Some you know, most you didn't.
We'll never know the answers to these questions about his life. We do know, though, why he died.
This Memorial Day, we honor all of them.
We pause to embrace him and all who served us so well.
93 WIBC.
Are you looking for a church where you can connect with God in a beautiful, sacred space?
Pastor John Gable of Tabernacle Presbyterian Church.
Where do you best connect with God? In a park?
By the way, Pacers down 5 at the break.
That we can have fellowship with
They picked
God
it up a little
in
bit.
different places.
They did. They did.
Foot into the sanctuary at Tab, and you know that you are in a special, sacred space. The soaring Gothic architecture and the beautiful stained glass tell you that this is a tabernacle, a place where God dwells. Of course, it's not the stone or wood or glass that makes a place sacred. It's what happens between God and God's people whenever we gather to worship and pray and sing. I invite you to come visit us and discover this sacred space for yourself.
Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, 34th Street and Central Avenue in Indianapolis, invites you to worship Sunday morning at 8, 9, or 11. If you can't make it in person, tune in to
All right, Kurt Schlichter is sticking around. This should be a thing.
WIBC. To learn more about TAB, visit us at tabpres.org.
Hi folks, Dr. Dirt here to tell you more about my good friends at Window Man, a locally owned family business with a complaint-free Better Business Bureau rating. Window Man did all the windows in my home, and that's why I decided to tell all my friends about how much we love our new windows. Window Man uses only company employees certified by installation masters to install your new windows. Unlike their competitors, they never send subcontractors to your home. The windows are Energy Star qualified, carry the Good Housekeeping seal, and are backed by a double lifetime warranty. You know, my wife and I really love the beautiful double-hung windows they installed and how easy they are to clean. Most of all, we love the lower utility bills we receive from our new windows. So go ahead and call my friends today at Windowman 443-9000 or visit them on the web at windowmaninc.com 443-9000.
He does it right the first time.
Window Man, your replacement window hero.
My name is Armando Montalongo from the hit TV show Flip This House, and flipping houses is back. So if you've ever wanted to get
I didn't know this guy was still alive.
And make big money, retire the one you love, or simply send your kids to college,
Armando.
And my free
Armando Montalongo.
This week. Call right now because seats to this event go fast.
Call 855-431-FLIP right now. That's 855-431-FLIP to register.
We're going to teach you that you can learn the strategies that have made me a real estate multimillionaire. My team is going to show you that you can cash flow and flip properties right in your area. Call now to register and receive my Flip for Success DVD and audio CD valued at $500 for absolutely free. You can learn that you can make big money, but you must pick up the phone right now and call because this is a free event and seating is limited.
Call 1-855-431-FLIP. 1-855-431-FLIP. That's 1-855-431-3547. Additional items will be available for purchase. Armando may not be present.
Why do you go to sleep so early, Beautifly? What's the deal with that? What do you have to do that you can't stay up 2 more hours?
Family-owned businesses
Nonsense.
for nearly a century.
Nonsense. There's sense, there's less than sense, and then there's
We've been in the
nonsense.
same building since 1920. We're proud to say that we've been family-owned and operated since 1920.
Love Heating and Air Conditioning invites you to celebrate the indoors with Comfort Plus rebates this spring on American Standard air equipment. Get more info at IndyHomeComfort.com or call 353-2141.
There's a current flowing through Indianapolis, more than a current of electricity to power your day. It's a current of IPL employees helping their neighbors. Whether it's planting trees at local parks or serving the youth and elderly in our neighborhoods, IPL's people are taking the time to make sure a growing city grows together. In fact, of all the power we provide, our power to give back could be the most important. IPL, a current flowing from the heart of Indianapolis.
Now during Menards
All right. Anything you guys want me to ask him?
Projects. Save big on lawn and garden, building
I'll
supplies,
do it.
plus much more. Renew and protect your driveway with Rust-Oleum Epoxy Shield Blacktop Coating.
I will
It lasts
totes
longer,
do
plus
it.
covers more area than conventional
No
coatings.
problem.
Plus it dries quickly. It's ready to drive on in just 4 hours. On sale now, a 2-gallon bucket of Rust-Oleum Blacktop Coating is just $34.98 after rebate.
Save big money.
Back in 10.
Do you have difficulty hearing in crowded restaurants? Take a free hearing quiz to identify if you have the symptoms of hearing loss at whisperhearingcenters.com.
To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You're in.
Kurt Schlichter joins us. He wouldn't leave. Part 2. Kurt, glad to have you back. Tracked and Targeted, our little show on wheels there. We performed for the first time in Riverside just last week. We're bringing it to Texas, to the Woodlands, this coming weekend for Texas Online, the major conference there. I think we're funny, and other people think we're funny, and of course the trolls don't think we're funny. But why is it that conservatives have such a damn tough time being funny?
You know, Tony, I don't know. I don't know. Conservatives are funny, amusing people in real life. And then so many of them get in, I'm going to put on a bow tie and I'm going to stand up and say, well, you know, with the privatization of municipal services is a valuable opportunity for all Americans. No, please, stop. Stop.
Since when do you do impressions? That's a first.
It makes me want to die. It literally makes me want to die. I look at some of these conservatives, I'm like, okay, first of all, have you ever kissed a girl? Okay, there's a lot of guys, that's an open issue. And I'm not talking to say, like, guys, I think it's like that they don't have the option. Holy cow, why are they such nerds sometimes? Guys, for goodness.
But there's all right, so there's certainly a level of nerd factor that I think conservatives allow themselves to dig into, especially when you go to something like a CPAC and you see them there, the college kids or the post-college kids in their bow ties, and it's just
there's a lot of Gibos.
Even Tucker Carlson gave it up. It's time to walk away from the bow tie and move on to bigger things. But I think that it's more of this. It's a fear. It's a flat-out fear to be funny, and people insulted by, oh, you're cracking jokes and Rome is burning. Can't you do two things at the same time?
Of course you can do those things. Look, guys like you and me and Steven Cruiser, the third part of Tracked and Targeted, he's actually the and.
Yes, he is the ampersand.
I'm targeted, he's and. Look, we're a little older than most folks. We've done a few things with our lives. You're a businessman. You build a radio career. You've got real chops. You've got been out there and done stuff. You can afford to go back and say, hey, now I'm going to be a little amusing.
Well,
I'm going to be funny.
I think so, but it's the other side. It's not that I don't see it, right? You don't see it. It's not that we don't engage it. It's that there is an audience out there that thinks that somehow that's wrong, that by being funny we're not taking serious the issues of the day, and that couldn't be more true, or more false, I should say.
That could not be less true. I mean,
less true.
I mean, you know, look at our background. We've done serious stuff. Okay, I've been in wars. I'm allowed to crack a joke. I was also a stand-up comic for a few years. Cruiser's been a stand-up comic for about 30 years. Look, the fact is, conservatism isn't an agonizingly painful medical procedure. It's not like a colonoscopy. Okay? We're about happiness. We're about building the pursuit of happiness. Okay, we're about building a free society where you can do what you want, where you're not in this kind of collectivist drudgery where you're kind of marching off to the local collective farm to do your work, followed by a giant self-criticism session. Okay?
But that happens all the time. By the way, speaking of people who think you're on the collectivist farm, the labor secretary put out a tweet today. I'm pulling it up right now. I was talking about it earlier. And he put out a tweet to Oberlin College graduates, Tom Perez, and he says, congrats to Oberlin College grads today. Remember, don't let individualism trump community. Move from a selfie culture to an us-y culture. Individualism is the problem, Kurt Schlichter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem for liberals. It's a problem for liberals because it interferes with their ability to control us, to dictate what we're supposed to think, what we're supposed to feel, what we're supposed to do. Yeah, individualism is a terrible problem if you want to control other people. See, that's not our criteria, Tony. I don't care what other people do or don't do as long as they're not, breaking the law or hurting other people. But liberals do. Liberals want to control every aspect of you. They want your soul. They want your soul. It's sick. It's a sickness.
When they get it.
Freakery is a political ideology.
It is obscene that someone would say to a college graduate, remember, all that work you did, don't pay any attention to that. Now you have to do things for everyone else, and that way you'll get to pay off that debt of yours for that degree in puppetry for the rest of your life.
Let's be clear, it's Marxist puppetry.
Well, is there any other kind? I've seen Avenue Q. There is no other kind of puppetry. Kurt Schlichter is his name. The book, Conservative Insurgency, available at Amazon.com. Pre-order right now. The struggle to take back America. And he looks into the future, 2009 all the way to 2041. Follow him on Twitter at Kurt Schlichter, SCHLICHTER. And, of course, Tracked and Targeted, happening this weekend in the Woodlands, Texas Online. Look it up. Try and make it down there. Kurt, a pleasure, my friend.
And thank you for the blurb for Conservative Insurgency. It's incredible.
An absolute pleasure. Anytime. You just, next time you should use the good ones and get rid of the bad ones. More ahead. This is Tony Katz tonight.
If you're at a Pacers game and suddenly you're struck by...
For the record, I wrote a blurb for Conservative Insurgency. Kurt refused to use it. Refused to use it. So I am not on the dust jacket of Conservative Insurgency. Refused to use it, and that's because he's a racist. We'll be right back, guys. Keep it here.
So everyone can see my distinctive diamonds engagement ring.
Travasha says she's thrilled her fiancé Tyler found distinctive diamonds because she didn't want a boring generic ring like you see at the other stores.
I don't like anything that's like cookie cutter, so just something that was unique and fun and bubbly to reflect me was something that I was looking for, and Tyler was able to find a great ring that just fit that exactly at Distinctive Diamonds.
And nothing makes fiancé Tyler more proud than hearing people say they can see the ring sparkle when she's dancing on court.
After the game, when we all gather, hearing people say that they noticed it from the stands, it just makes me feel really good.
Distinctive Diamonds, where Indy gets engaged. Keystone at the crossing right beside the Green Bridge.
Hey, Bob, what's up? Ooh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, I have a roof leak, and my gutters have pulled away from the house over here. I don't know who to call.
You should call Preferred Roofing and Restoration. Their reputation means everything. We've used them on this house and our last house. They're local, family-owned and operated. They use quality products, take no shortcuts, and I trust them. They handle roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and everything.
That all sounds just like what I'm looking for. What about my insurance company?
Preferred Roofing and Restoration has years of experience dealing with insurance companies, so they'll get you the most out of your insurance dollar. They can either work with your insurance company and handle all the insurance claim processes, or work with you. You need to call Preferred Roofing and Restoration today.
Yeah, I sure do.
Contact Preferred Roofing and Restoration today. Call 414-3044. That's 414-3044. Online at preferredroofingindy.com. Preferred Roofing and Restoration. Reputation means everything. Circle City Sound, Indianapolis' premier men's chorus, presents Doo-Wop to Woodstock, Saturday, June 14th at 7 p.m. at the Palladium in Carmel. For more information and to order tickets, go to thecenterfortheperformingarts.org or call the Palladium box office at 843-3800. Don't miss this one-day-only performance by Circle City Sound, Indianapolis' premier men's chorus, as they present Doo-Wop to Woodstock, Saturday, June 14th, 7 p.m. at the Palladium. For more information and tickets, go to thecenterfortheperformingarts.org or call the Palladium box office at 843-3800.
From the Plumbing, Heating, Paramedic Studios,
This is Central Indiana's news, weather, and traffic station.
93 WIBC, Indianapolis.
Fox News, Radio 1, Bill Vidka. Getting worse, getting bigger. The fire burning in Alaska south of Anchorage is now nearly 248 square miles. They have 30% containment, but they may not get much more than that. And this fire is bigger than the effort to stop it.
This fire will not be contained. There are parts of it that are in places where there are no values at risk and there's no reason to spend money fighting it.
Pete Bust is with the Interagency Fire Group. Authorities have ordered the evacuation of 1,000 homes and other buildings. The origin of the fire, man-made. The fire in northern Arizona, burning on the edge of Flagstaff, is now more than 25 square miles. They have 25% containment. They're working on building a fire break 3 miles of it, which is the last flank of the fire burning out of control. 3 men remain missing in Colorado after a massive mudslide that they measure in miles.
Everybody on this mountain is praying for a miracle right now, and we hope that that they may be stranded somewhere or in such a way that they avoided it. But right now they have not been heard from. We've flown the area and haven't seen anything from the air.
Mesa County Sheriff Stan Hilke. 700 feet of mud pushed its way into a canyon, filling it up like topping off a cup. The Nigerian military says they know the hiding place of nearly 300 kidnapped schoolgirls, but they won't say where.
We know where they are, but we cannot tell you. Okay, we cannot come and tell you military secrets here. Just leave us alone. We are working. We will get the girls back. There are people from outside fueling this thing. That's why when Mr. President said, we have Al-Qaeda in West Africa, I believe it 100% because I know that people from outside Nigeria are in this war. They are fighting us.
The country's highest-ranking officer, Air Marshal Alex Bada, he says any effort to use force to rescue the girls could end in bloodshed and the girl's death. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Your side has been desperately wrong. He continues not to tell the truth. He's got to be a The whole thing is a mess. Let me make this point. Nobody can justify this. If I ask a question, I want an answer. Another crazy school district. Reaction from both sides. What's the beef from the left? Do you not see the danger? Not a fact. No, that's what Pinhead says. No BS, no fluff. Straight up facts.
Straight talking. Skin stopping. Calling out the pinheads and calling it like it is.
Please watch the O'Reilly Factor weeknights on the Fox News Channel.
Weekdays on Fox Business.
Bottom line here is we want investors to be prepared for the day ahead, the week ahead.
Opening Bell with Maria Bartiromo.
The concept is to bring perspective, analysis. All day long, I'm speaking with global allocators of capital, CEOs, heads of state, so I can anticipate some of the major moves or reactions, giving investors an edge.
Opening Bell with Maria Bartiromo. Weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on Fox Business.
Take a guess at what's on sale from Unique Home Solutions in May.
Triple pane windows and gutters.
That's right, but that's not all. What else do you think's on sale in May?
How about solid core Statement siding and 50-year roofs?
Right again, but that's still not everything.
Sounds like it's easier to say what Unique doesn't have on sale in May.
Everything Unique sells is on sale in May for 25% off. It's Unique's annual spring whole house sale.
Including my favorite kitchen and bath makeovers.
Including kitchen and bath makeovers, too. And the 25% off includes labor.
Am I also right that you have free handyman service just for looking?
Right again. So take advantage of the whole house sale and call Unique.
Unique Home Solutions, 1-800-800-1971.
I'm Alex Brown in the 93 WIBC 24-hour news center. Indiana's largest cemetery has been observing Memorial Day for 146 years.
This year at Crown Hill Cemetery in Indy, a reenactor portraying the founder of Decoration Day, Mary Logan, talked about how it came about when she visited a decoration for the graves of Confederate soldiers in Virginia.
As the evergreen and floral arrangements were placed on the Confederate graves, an unexpected wind came up and blew the decorations across the road to fall upon Union graves.
Amid the central sound from Lawrence Central High School, there was much silence, reflection on the 42,000 Hoosiers who have died in uniform since the Civil War. Ray Steele, 93 WIBC News.
Police were investigating after 2 people were shot and 1 person was killed on the city's east side Monday afternoon. RTV6 reports the shooting happened on the 400 block of North Denny Street near Sherman Drive and Michigan Street just after 4 p.m. IMPD says one of the victims died and the second was taken to the hospital in serious condition after being shot twice. Indianapolis power and light crews are gearing up to trim trees and tall foliage near power lines that serve about 470,000 customers.
We are back.
Davis Handy says tree trimming is extremely important.
For IPL, the most important thing is to make sure that we can deliver safe and reliable service to our customers. And so that includes making sure that we maintain constant clear space of vegetation around our system.
She says crews tackle trimming detail on 3-year cycles. Fallen tree limbs are a major source of power outages for customers. You're up to date. Get local news on demand at WIBC.com.
All right.
Forecast from
Let's
the
see where we are.
Cooling Weather Center.
Isolated thunderstorms and the humidity possible early tonight, down to 60.
What is unacceptable, Becca?
Warm, humid, a 30%.
You're saying that is unacceptable. What is unacceptable?
Thunderstorms likely Wednesday. I'm RTV6 meteorologist Kevin Gregory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Katz Tonight.
You're in.
Tony Katz Tonight. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. It's living in Southern California, the shooting that took place over the weekend. Elliot Rodger killing 6, stabbing 3, shooting 3, injuring 13. I will tell you that I have not watched the full video. I started it. It was more than I could handle. There was while knowing very little about him, his story, the level of total scumbag in the video, the level of pretentious snot in the video, which was so Hollywooded out. And then to go about this murderous spree, roommates he had who he killed, who were already planning on moving out. A 22-year-old, this kid, this Elliot Rodger, who it wasn't a question of not having everything given to him. Had money, had the cars. He couldn't find a girl who would like him, who would go out with him, who would have sex with him, and that's the reason. To be so angry, you'll kill everyone you see. You're blaming it, so much of it, on this quote unquote pretty blonde girl who you say teased you as a kid. It's unbelievable. He wrote in his manifesto, 137 pages, "She must have thought I was an ultimate loser. I hated her so much, and I will never forget her. I started to hate all girls because of this. I saw them as mean, cruel, heartless creatures that took pleasure from my suffering." She should at least know that she had absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing, 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 nothing. There is something to be said for we don't talk enough about mental illness in America. Then there is something to be said for the idea that some people, yes, it's true. I don't blame parents per se for this. I don't blame society per se for this. I don't blame culture per se for this. There are some who are born different. I'm actually a believer that everybody in the world has what do you want to call it? A fetish, an issue, an abnormality. Some of them are very easy to deal with. Some more difficult. Some can be handled through certain social conformities that are deemed acceptable. Some not. And some are just beyond help. That is fact. That is truth. That's hard to say. That's hard to get your head around. But when I take a look at this story, and I knew some of the basics of this story, I could not watch the video in its entirety. I started to watch it, and this kid was such a the chat room is saying beta male there at TonyKatz.com. Beta male's a great word for it. Such a I don't know if I want to call him a wuss. That's the wrong word, right? Wuss. We know what it means, but it's not the right word. I'm gonna go with scumbag for lack of a better word. I couldn't watch it because he was just. Everybody's at fault because I'm not happy. It's the ultimate reality is that only you can make you happy. And if you are having trouble getting a date, you have to ask yourself why it is that you're having a problem getting a date. This is true of men as well as being true of women. I know women, I have met women who are, for example, in their 30s and single. To it, I see nothing wrong with that. I think that's completely fine. But at that moment, they will also tell you how they'd like to meet somebody. But they will not change a single part of their lives because their thesis is, and this is what has been taught to them, why do I have to change? I'm wonderful. I'm special. I am fine just the way I am. Well, if you want to believe that, you are more than welcome to believe that. But when nobody wants to date you, nobody wants to spend time with you, nobody wants to share affections with you, is it possible that the way that you are is the anti of what is necessary to achieve the things you think are valuable and important? You mean they have to do it your way? Well, that's not the way the world works. This Elliot Rodger kid was upset that all these girls spurned him, and they went with other guys, these brutes, I think it was the term he used. Brutes? Who the hell uses the term brutes? These brutes. Well, what did you learn from that? Would have been my question if I had had a chance to speak to him. But it goes to a much bigger conversation. Number one, it goes to a conversation of mental illness. I believe this is a kid who saw a therapist. His parents knew that there was an issue there. That's number one. We don't do enough of a good job talking about mental illness. Number two, we do an absolutely horrific job of teaching resiliency. Now, perhaps nothing could have helped this kid. Perhaps, as I said before, he was just somebody beyond help. That maybe his issues should have been noticed much earlier, much quicker, and dealt with in a much stronger way. We're going to find out. His entire story is going to become a very open book. We will know what it is he did, where it is he engaged his life, the problems that he had, whatever therapist that he saw, whatever drugs he was taking. We're going to know it. We're going to know everything about this kid. You kill 6 people, you injure 13, and you have the audacity to write a 137-page manifesto. I'm almost sorry I read to you what I read to you, but it had to do with some girl that he's blaming for all of this. That girl needs to know she's not at fault. Because she didn't like a guy, because she didn't have sex with a guy, she's not responsible for the deaths of 6 people. You are an awful thing. If you want to blame your murderous rampage because some girl didn't take you to bed. Again, I go to the idea that there was more wrong there than any drug or therapy may have been able to help. But it's that what if I'm wrong? And what if that it wasn't as strong of a mental issue as I am saying that it is, but rather it's that this was a kid, like so many kids, who did not know how to deal with any kind of rejection or failure. was not taught about how to keep on going, keep on pushing, was never taught how to take a look at oneself and how to be introspective and say, what is it? Is there something about me? What can I do to better myself that will make me more attractive to others? You think that that's somehow a problem? Is that somehow an awful thing to say? I think it's the only thing to say. I think the defining and the redefining of who you are and what you're about and engaging in experience and then taking the knowledge from that experience back and figuring out whether or not it's of value and how you can apply it to your future experiences so you don't have that same reaction. Isn't that what we do in business? We try things, we put things together, let's say they don't work. We take the data from that. We learn why it doesn't work, and then we apply that to our next situation so we don't make the same mistakes again. Did no one teach this boy? This scumbag. I know. He's someone's kid. Don't care. Sorry, I don't. I mean, I don't have an ill will to his parents at this moment. I cannot imagine in any way, shape, or form the multi-levels of hell that is their life. This is still their son. This is still they made this. And 6 are dead, 13 are injured. There is no way for me to understand what it is they go through at this moment. It doesn't take away from the fact that the kid is a scumbag. And we're going to learn, even with the mental health issues, ladies and gentlemen, because it's possible that what we're ascribing to mental health, mental illness, which is real, doesn't apply here. What else doesn't apply here is attacking the NRA. We will discuss that and the embarrassment that is Moms Demand Action when we return. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
The sounds of spring in Indiana. And everyone's favorite. Things can change in an instant, so it's good to know where you can turn 24 hours to get the latest info.
There will be the potential of some isolated strong severe storms.
When spring storms hit,
The best chance of these severe storms will be from Indianapolis to the south.
we spring into action. 93 WIBC.
Hi folks, Dr. Dirt here to tell you more about my good friends at Window Man, a locally owned family business with the complaint-free Better Business Bureau rating. Window Man did all the windows in my home, and that's why I decided to tell all my friends about how much we love our new windows. Window Man carries a wide variety of high-quality American-made windows in various styles, shapes, sizes, and colors. Their windows are Energy Star qualified, the Good Housekeeping seal, and are backed by a double lifetime warranty. You know, my wife and I really love the beautiful double
Things
windows
just got
that are installed
interesting, folks.
and how easy they are to clean. But most of all, we love the lower utility bills we receive from our new energy-efficient windows. So go ahead and call my friends today at Windowman 443-9000 or visit them on the web at windowmaninc.com. Again, that number 443-9000.
Windowman,
He does it right the first time.
Windowman, your replacement window hero.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
There's a current flowing through Indianapolis, more than a current of electricity to power your day. It's a current of IPL employees helping their neighbors. You can see them almost everywhere you look, at your local youth center, at IPL's Day in the Parks, even at the IPL 500 Festival Parade. In all, IPL employees spend nearly 20,000 hours a year volunteering in the community and serve on the boards of more than 90 organizations around town. Education, environment, community enhancement,
By the way,
arts and culture.
Let me just say the following
IPL is investing in our
while we're on the break. How much time do we have, Colin?
local parks, or serving the youth and elderly in our
We got just about 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
make sure a growing city grows.
I'm going to turn off the show just for a second. 2 minutes heard.
Of all the power.
Colin can still hear me, but that's all right. The only thing I can say, because I've been hinting a little bit, over the course of the next 2 weeks, things are going to get very interesting very quick. I make the assumption that when I start making some statements, that some of you are going to be very surprised. No. You're going to be completely surprised. That's a much better way to put it. The only thing I can tell you is that's okay. I'll leave it at that. This week, next week, not the week to miss any shows. That's for sure.
BMW 320i X-Drive all-wheel.
Oh, but it won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm out. Cameron Gray, Seton Motley, in 3 tomorrow.
On the north side at I-465 in Keystone, and on the south side at US 31 in Greenwood, and at DryerReinboldBMW.com.
It's the Good Guys All-American Nationals Card Show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, June 6th to the 8th. Join us for the all-new Good Guys Hot Rodding Experience. Check out over 2,500 American-made and powered vehicles of all years at our giant showing shop, including hot rods, customs, muscle cars, and trucks. Visit vendor exhibit, shop the swap meet, and cars for sale corral. Plus, enjoy free fun stuff for the kids. For tickets and details, visit goodcashguys.com. Good Guys, full throttle fun.
A drink of milk.
If it doesn't blow your mind,
That's what Indiana race winners do. But how should
I owe you a nickel.
measure its success?
If it doesn't blow your mind, I owe you a nickel.
CEO of Advantage Health. At Advantage, success is measured by our customers. And 90%
Colin, do you know what I'm talking about?
stay with us year after year.
I do not.
Competitors talk
Excellent.
market share, profit, and members.
Because neither do
I
I.
think 98% customer satisfaction says it all.
A local health plan. Now that's an advantage.
Up to $3,000 more for your trade and no payments until Labor Day. Up to $3,000 more for your trade. Bill Estes Ford.
All right, we're back in 10.
Tim's Shooting Academy in Westfield is open to the public with 15 shooting lanes, a full-service store, and classes for all levels of shooters. Visit us at timsshootingacademy.com.
To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
I felt like going a little epic. All right, you're in.
No, I'm loving the music, Colin. Is this Game of Thrones?
This is Wolverine soundtrack.
Oh, Wolverine. Really? I have not seen the new X-Men film.
Just saw it last night. Excellent.
Was it good?
Oh, yeah.
Is it because Jennifer Lawrence is wearing a skin-tight blue suit and you're like, that's for me?
You know, it's not because of that.
But really, nothing about you have Jennifer Lawrence ain't your type?
Oh no, she's very good looking. She's attractive. But the movie, I'm a big X-Men fan, and it was excellent.
I haven't seen it yet. I have to see that. This week, Godzilla. I have to see. I have not seen Godzilla yet. Have you seen Godzilla?
I have not yet.
Well, then you're no help to me whatsoever. But I will be seeing it this week, which is excellent. I cannot wait. Everybody says incredible, incredible movie, and I'm looking forward to a little bit of escapism. Because this weekend, we're talking about Tracked and Targeted. So I'm in Texas for a few days, and then Sunday, I am in Indiana. I come home sweet home to Indianapolis. Now here, I am pushing for a Game 7. By the way, where are we with the game right now? Pacers, Miami Heat.
We are 2 minutes left in the third. Pacers are currently down 12 points.
Good Lord! They win that first game. They lose the second one, which they never should have done. The third one gets away from them, and now they're done by 12. Are they going to be the one to do the comeback and tie this up 2-2? Are they going to go down 3-1?
That's the question.
That
is a lot of foul trouble.
Really? Who?
Can't seem to overcome it.
Who? Hibbert or?
Yeah, Hibbert has 4 fouls. Stevenson has 3. They've both been limited in minutes, and then George Hill also has 2 fouls.
All right, let's see what happens. If there's only 2 minutes left in the third, it's no reason to panic. 2 minutes left in the fourth is still like 9 hours of playing time left.
Yeah.
It is basketball, folks. We will keep an eye on that score for you. But no, a tremendous amount of travel. Texas, then Indiana, then Wisconsin. I'm actually driving to a town called Eau Claire. Do you know where Eau Claire is there, Colin?
I don't.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin is on the western half of Wisconsin. It is really close to the border of Minnesota.
Okay.
It is 7 hours from Indianapolis. I will be driving it. And I will do it in 3 and 15 minutes. So yes, we talk about this killer in Isla Vista in Santa Barbara, and I couldn't watch the manifesto. I couldn't. The videos, scumbag, disgusting. I couldn't do it. Just pretentious and full of himself and holier than thou, and oh dear Lord, it's just crazy. It's just madness. But I saw the politicizing of the event, and it was not just shameless, it was flat out false, and it starts with Moms Demand Action and Shannon Watts politicizing this attack, these people who lost their lives to a madman, period. And they want to politicize it and immediately go after the NRA. As a matter of fact, Shannon Watts was infuriated with a CNN anchor because she refused to say it was about guns. She says it's got to be about mental health and not firearms. Shannon Watts calls her an NRA supporter. I don't know if Deborah Feyerick is her name, Feyerick from CNN. I don't know if she's a CNN reporter. I mean, an NRA supporter. I have no idea. But she doesn't immediately go to the anti-gun, anti-protection conversation. Therefore, she's a horrible person. She's trying to engage some journalism on CNN. Rare, but good for her. But immediately, Shannon Watts, Moms Demand Action, go to blaming the NRA. That this is all the fault of guns. 3 of the victims were shot. 3 others were stabbed to death. Ladies and gentlemen, his roommates there. Stabbed to death. There's also a conversation, he's clearly the manifesto. He's got a problem with women, and he killed these 6 girls. 4 were men. 2 were women. There's a lot of story not being reported on properly. Moms Demand Action is about anti-protection. They are not about common sense gun reform. And they are about reactionary, knee-jerk conversations and reactions rather than about truth, decency, and honest conversation. They claim to be about common sense gun reform. They are not. They are an anti-NRA group funded by the anti-NRA Mike Bloomberg, and they solely exist to take guns off streets and out of your home and end. They wish to end the ability for you to protect yourself. That is Moms Demand Action, and their own words prove it. We'll have more. Keep it here. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
This hour is powered by Whispers Hearing Centers.
Hey, sis, what was the name of that greenhouse Mom took you to last year?
Oh, you mean Butler's Wholesale Retail Greenhouses. She's been going there for years. They have the best ferns, and their geraniums hanging baskets are huge. They have over 25 varieties of hanging baskets, from $13.50 to $19.50.
Seriously, Prairie, let me just say to you, if I could have been in charge of the Indy 500, I would not have had Jim Nabors singing, nor would I have had him saying, gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, their plants are gorgeous, and they let you shop.
I have nothing against Jim Nabors.
3.5 acres in all.
Well, how about getting together and taking Mom this weekend? Sounds good to me.
Butler Wholesale Retail Greenhouse, located at 2401 West Morris Street, only 2 miles from downtown. Open April 1st, 7 days a week. Give Butler's a call at 634-6067 or 370-2315. Butler's, where your gardening dollar goes yards for...
I guarantee you this. By the way, Randy, you said they would win the opener and lose the next 4. You did say it. You did call it. I won't say no. I will say this. You know what? No, I won't. Yeah, no, I will. I will say this about what I will explain in over the next 2 weeks. The immediate reaction will not be right. This is a lot of thought into
Only Zero Res cleans
what
green
comes next.
using their empowered water technology.
Tremendous amount.
And there's no residue left behind, and your
And I appreciate it there,
you shouldn't just clean your car
Jimmy Bice, that you got my back.
dirty. You call Zero Res because they make your home healthy and clean, getting rid of all the bacteria and germs you can't see. And isn't that really the whole point of spring cleaning? They're still running their 3-room special, just $129 for pre-treating, cleaning, and sanitizing. Just call them at 388-5141 and ask for the WIBC special. And don't forget, Zero Res cleans upholstery, countertops, and tile floors, too, with no soaps, shampoos, surfactants, or any other chemicals.
No surfactants. By the way, Colin, do you know what a surfactant is?
Nope.
All right, yeah, I need to learn what a surfactant is.
Don't forget, spelled forwards or backwards, Zero Res.
It's important to know.
Right way to clean.
Now during Menards
What a
Big
surfactant
Sale,
is.
it's the perfect time to start your summer projects. Save big on lawn and garden, building supplies, plus much more. Update your home with indoor-outdoor carpet. Choose from a great selection from top brands, including Citation.
Here we go. Surfactants are compounds that lower the surface tension between 2 liquids or between a liquid and a solid.
Stain resistant. Available in 2 colors.
So basically,
now just 30
evil chemicals.
Yeah.
My name is Armando Montalongo from the hit TV show Flip This House, and flipping houses is back. So if you've ever wanted to get involved in real estate investing and make big money, retire the one you love, or simply send your kids to college, then you must attend my free live event that's coming to your city this week. Call right now because seats to this event go fast.
Call 855-431-FLIP right now. That's 855-431-FLIP to register.
We're going to teach you that you can learn the strategies that have made me a real estate multimillionaire. My team is going to show you that you can.
His team is going to show us.
In your area.
He's going to show us.
Register and receive my Flip for Success DVD and audio CD.
Well done, Prairie. That is absolutely right.
Absolutely free. You can learn that you can make big money, but you must pick up the phone right now and call because this is a free event and seating is limited.
Was that Jim Neighbors' very last time doing that? Is that what happened there?
Additional items will be available for purchase. Armando may not be present at this event.
Dave, do you think it'll ever be?
Then okay. As long as they know it's the last time, they got to modernize that up.
To go from winter directly into summer, like going from the freezer directly to the oven.
How should we prepare?
Well, preventive maintenance, like you have on your car. We'll do a thorough check and clean up your air conditioner so you're ready for the summer.
We need to remember how much our furnaces ran this past winter. It was like 2 winters in one.
That's right. Equipment blowers know runtime, not seasons. Routine maintenance helps prevent those breakdowns when it's 100 degrees out.
And if your system does need to be replaced, you have time to make choices. We recommend and install American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment. It's what I have in my house.
We want to be your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning provider.
It's our goal to provide superior products and unparalleled service to the people of Central Indiana.
Call us today at 243-3581.
B&W Plumbing and Heating, the professionals in the big black trucks.
Still family owned and operated for over 50 years. 243-3581.
No overtime Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7.
So many things can go wrong with knees. Who do you go see? You go to your regular doctor, or do you go to a specialist? Whether you're 8 or 80, if you have knee problems, go to Shelbourne Knee Center, the only doctors and therapists who specialize in treating knees. Dan Docket's here for the Shelbourne Knee Center. They will diagnose your problem, get you on the path to recovery. Find out more at fixknee.com/Dockets or call 888-FIX-KNEE in collaboration with Indiana University Health Orthopedics and
Excellent, Smithers.
Shelbourne Knee Center, one focus, proven results.
Excellent.
Pulling this nation apart. Find out on Chicks with a Side of Awesome Sauce. Sponsored by Indy Tire. Check out the video at WIBC.com. This is Tony Katz Tonight. Follow Tony on Twitter @Tony Katz.
You are in.
I say it again about Moms Demand Action. If they were a group dedicated to the idea of having a conversation about gun reform, having a conversation about gun laws, having a conversation about guns in America, I'd be fine with that. That would be all right. That's not what they're about. They are lying. And moms across America who actually believe in the conversation are getting used to make Shannon Watts a star. That makes me sick. If your immediate place is to blame the NRA for what happened with Elliot Rodger, you are not a serious person. You are a reactionary who's pushing forth an ideology that you hope will bring you monetary gain. Translation, you're willing to lie like a dog for a couple bucks. That's the reality. That's what you're willing to do. And that's what Shannon Watts is clearly willing to do. And going after CNN anchors, how dare they not say this was the NRA's fault? Imagine them wanting to have a conversation about mental illness. That does not fit with our narrative. Van Jones took it another direction, saying black guy shoots folks equals thug. Brown guy shoots folks equals terrorist. White guy guns down women equals nice kid with mental health issues. No one called him a nice kid. Show me where someone's calling him a nice kid. Secondly, when you create a 137-page manifesto and a video talking about how the women spurned you, so therefore no one can have them because he can't have them, well, that's somebody with a mental health issue. Wouldn't matter the color of their skin. But nobody went to defend the guy. We first wanted to understand what happened with the guy. When something happens, like a la Fort Hood, the second shooting, nobody immediately said, or anybody who was worth their salt at least immediately said, terrorism. The first reaction should be, must be, and was, what happened? What happened here? What's going on here? Who has done this? Why have they done this? A fight over whether or not a guy gets leave? And he goes and he gets his gun and comes back? Van Jones is one of the many, many people who is in favor of ideology over humanity. That's absolutely what he's in favor of. Ideology over humanity. To make this something about race. 6 people are dead, 3 stabbed, 3 shot, 13 injured. A community, a neighborhood completely lost. Parents who they'll never recover. There is no way to recover from this. You need to be about black people and brown people and white people. Of course you do, because that's how you make your money. That's how you make your money. I make people laugh and I inform them. It's a much better gig. But yours obviously must make a boatload of ducats. Why else would you do it? Why else would you engage the conversation this way? Now, there's been a lot on the racial conversation. I'll get to that in a second, but I must return to Shannon Watts and to Moms Demand Action out there in Zionsville. That's where they're headquartered, I do believe. Taking their Mike Bloomberg money. Their anti-NRA money. They have to admit, they have to come out and say, we are an anti-NRA group posing as a group of concerned citizens. The problem is that there are, I am sure, I am willing to bet dollars that there are moms out there who are actually part of Moms Demand Action because they believe it. I can at least respect somebody who actually believes it. Believes that they should take the guns off the streets. Or, even though I totally disagree. Or they at least believe that we need to have a more stringent gun rules. Although I may disagree depending on what it is you were talking about. But in this group, there are moms right now whose Credibility is being destroyed because it's all for the sake of Shannon Watts getting higher up. Now, I don't believe that Shannon Watts created this group specifically to be anti-NRA. Let's go with a more, a nicer vision, if you will. And this is absolute speculation on my part. But see if the speculation doesn't somehow hold true with you or ring as true. Shannon Watts probably started this group because she saw what happened in Sandy Hook, and she's like, I have to do something. Many people see something and say, I have to do something. And she may have started it as a conversation of moms want better gun laws. I don't know what specifically a better gun law is. I have seen what gun laws do, and they certainly don't make when they are implemented in a way that prevents people from being able to carry a firearm or own a firearm or legally get a firearm. They prevent people from being able to protect themselves, and we've seen what happens in cities that have stringent gun laws. They're rather violent cities. That may be the way she started, though, with this altruistic vision. What she is now is a mouthpiece for Mike Bloomberg, and it's an anti-NRA group. Any other conversation of what Mom's Demand is wrong. And it's wrong because I have the facts on my side. I have the history on my side. I have the social media interaction on my side. I have the statements on my side. I have her outrage on my side, all pointing in one direction, that Mom's Demand Action is absolutely positively nothing about guns in America in terms of creating better laws, whatever that may be, or better have more reforms, whatever they may be. It's about being anti-NRA and obliterating people's right to have a gun. That's what it's about. They can try and couch the conversation, change the words of the conversation, change definitions, all they wish. They are an anti-protection group. They do not believe in your ability to protect and defend yourself. They do not believe in it. And when a tragedy occurs, sick as this one is in Santa Barbara, Isla Vista, they do not wait for the facts. It is an opportunity to attack the NRA. That's their purpose. And the moms who continue to be a part of this need to know what's happening. They need to know that their good names are being used to advance the career of Shannon Watts, who is getting the good deal and the good money, one's got to assume, based on what we're hearing, from Mike Bloomberg and other anti-NRA zealots. So that's the Shannon Watts Mom's Demand Action side. Then, of course, there's the Van Jones race side. And to that, we get to the thing I was talking about earlier. The level, the depths to which the progressive will go. How I underestimated how ugly and how sick they will be, and how it is clear that ideology for them trumps humanity. And I'm talking about Toure from MSNBC, talking about Holocaust survivors and their white privilege. More when we return. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
24 hours a day, 365 days a year, members of the 3rd U.S. Infantry guard the tomb of the unknown soldier.
About him, we may well wonder, as others have.
Some you know, most you didn't.
We'll never know the answers to these questions about his life. We do know, though, why he died.
This Memorial Day, we honor all of them.
We pause to embrace him and all who served us so well.
93 WIBC.
Are you tired of painting your home every 3 to 5 years? Then stop painting forever. Hi, this is Jeff Pigeon. Thousands of Hoosier Permanent Coating customers have been extremely satisfied with our permanent solution to painting your home. Hoosier Permanent Coatings has a smart permanent coating system that lasts forever.
Where are we with the
Safe on
Pacers?
the environment. A trusted award.
We are not looking good. Down 21 with 8:32 to go.
Oh, 8:32. Oh, it's like they've got 7 games left. No
A
problem.
satisfaction and a money-back guarantee.
Just hit a bucket. Now down 18.
There it is. Ah! This is where it begins. This is where the comeback
Give
is.
Hoosier Permanent Coatings a call today at
Or not.
888-3-HOOSIER. That's 888-3-HOOSIER. Or visit IHatePainting.com. Call right now and find out how to get a $300 gift certificate with your first meeting. Call 888-3-HOOSIER or visit IHatePainting.com. Hoosier Permanent Coatings.
Well, you know that 87% of the U.S. population suffers from some foot-related problem. Plantar fasciitis, one of them, flat feet, bunions, the whole deal. But the difference is knowing that there's somebody there for you if you need them. And that's what Phyllis and I discovered. And this commercial, this arrangement, this relationship with the Good Feet folks is all about that. It's about people and high-quality products. Products that are designed to make a difference and that are installed, that are prescribed for you after a very careful examination by people that don't just know how it works, that care that you're better. They want other people to come in and say, hey, John sent me to the Good Feet store. Greg sent me to the Good Feet store. That'll happen if you go to them, because walking 10,000 steps a day, those feet are going to get tired. Nobody but Good Feet, as far as I can tell you, can do the things they do. Nothing's from over the counter at the drugstore. Oh, no. So check them out today. Visit Good Feet today in Fishers on 96th Street, in Southport across from the Super Target at Avon across from Meyer. Call them 1-800-NEW-FEET or visit online goodfeetindy.com.
It's nice to know there are people who care more than you expect them to. People who are available to help, even when you don't think they will be. People like your local Health Mart pharmacist. Our pharmacists take the time to get to know you and your family. They know if you have a sick child who's been getting tummy aches, or an ailing grandparent whose arthritis has been getting worse. They'll have answers to your questions and offer helpful advice. They're the faces of community care, because most Health Mart pharmacists don't just work in your community. They live there. They're your neighbors. And that spirit of caring for you and your health is alive and well every day in independently owned Health Mart pharmacies across the country. Health Mart, caring for you and about you. To find the Health Mart pharmacy nearest you, go to healthmart.com. That's healthmart.com.
Oh.
Fifth Church of Christ Scientist Indianapolis invites you, your children, and their friends to an afternoon of spiritual inspiration with the host of the Daily Lift audio podcast, Nate Frederick. Nate will be talking about Love's Divine Adventure, a 3-part prayer that heals, Sunday, June 1st at 2 p.m. Sunday school-age children and young adults are invited to attend our Sunday school, which starts at 10, and then share a pizza lunch with Nate after Sunday school, prior to his talk at 2 on June 1st at Fifth Church, 655 East 62nd Street at College Avenue.
Did you know 1 in 10 people have hearing loss?
Back in 10.
Whisper Hearing Center's free hearing quiz at whisperhearingcenters.com or call 866-831-5967. Whisper Hearing Centers.
This is Tony Katz Tonight. Follow Tony on Twitter at Tony Katz.
You're in.
I underestimated the depths to which the progressive will trade ideology over humanity, that their ideology supplants their humanity. It's very rare that I underestimate anything. I study, I practice, I go over it, and understand that much of it is talking to people who are more in this than I am. You know, I do a fair amount of politics. We do a fair amount of everything here. It's part of the fun of the show. But there's some people who, whether they work as strategists or they work on the Hill or whatever the case may be, who I talk to and who I listen to, and I push ideas out, and I get, no, you're completely wrong, and here's why, and you get a whole different look. You're like, oh, and then you're able to utilize that information. I find myself very rarely underestimating the people who want to do me harm. I underestimate it. And I underestimated Toure. I underestimated the levels to which the racial conversations in America, the biases in America, the money that is made off of racial hate in America, I underestimated. Toure was in a conversation with somebody on Twitter. Somebody called at Hope and Chains, which was a line from Joe Biden. And he said to Toure, my family survived a concentration camp and came to the U.S. with nothing legally and made it work. And Toure wrote back on Twitter, the power of whiteness. I had some friends here. I was in the garage cleaning some stuff up, came over some sports memorabilia that I forgot that I had. I'm like, wow, what am I going to do with this stuff? And just checking Twitter and found that. I thought I was going to lose my mind because there was at first the level of outrage, the level of sick, the level of which I wanted to, if I could have gotten them in my hands. My grandparents came from Poland, escaped in the 30s, literally escaped. They came over on different boats to the United States where they actually met in Brooklyn, actually in Manhattan, where they were going to night school to learn English. That is the story of my grandparents. It's a great story. I could picture it. I can picture that happening. What I can't picture is my grandmother, what was she, 9? She was older than that. No, she was older than that. But she was the youngest of the daughters, of 5 daughters, and was lucky enough to actually get in the country because one of 5 sisters, I should say, youngest of 5 sisters. One of the sisters had an ear infection, so they sent her back. They put her back on the boat and sent her back to Europe. A single Jewish girl in the 1930s. I never once thought America was a horrible place because they did that. It was a time where they didn't know what an ear infection was going to do, could do. They had a country to protect. I am only fortunate that my grandmother was able to come through. I never once thought America was a horrible place because that happened. And when you recognize and realize that the rest of that family of mine died in Poland, attacked in Poland, wiped out in Poland, one way or another, a scant survivor possibly, you at least say to yourself, 13 million people killed at Hitler's hands. Never mind all those who fought to keep Germany in check, who recognized that Neville Chamberlain was a fool. But never did I think, never did I dream or assume that someone could take the Holocaust survivor and make it racial. That to Toure, the Holocaust survivor had a better deal in the United States because of their whiteness. Of course, assuming that they were white, as I would assume the majority of them would be. That's an assumption I'm assuming also fact, but someone could try and prove me wrong, I guess. That you could be so wrapped up in an ideology that even if someone's coming at you like this person did on Twitter And maybe they're being inartful in their comments. You're on MSNBC. You have a platform. And you can actually say and believe to the bottom of your soul that the reason the Holocaust survivor was able to do well in America was because the power of whiteness. I underestimated their level of hate. I underestimated, and I say it clearly, I am angry with myself. I underestimated the levels to which they have lost their humanity, that they will give it up, that in order to push their ideology, in order to push this racial hatred, in order to push these sick race conversations, there is nothing that is out of bounds. There is nothing that is out of line. This was followed up by people saying, one from University of Maryland, who actually said that was a great response, and it highlights how white ethnics, including Jews, became white after World War II. That was followed up by Oliver Willis of Media Matters for America, stating on Twitter, I guess there are some out there who don't like to think that a Holocaust survivor had a leg up over a black-brown person due to skin color. To which I responded in the most, maybe one of my even more honest moments, are you effing crazy? I mean, it's out there. I said it. If the question is, how low will the progressives sink to push their racial hate and racial biases and their racial agenda in order to shame you and make money for themselves, the answer is, it is bottomless. Learn from my mistake. Let us go forward. This is Tony Katz tonight.
Pat Sullivan here with a Spring Home Improvement.
We'll be right back, guys.
You wouldn't go a year without cleaning the inside of your house, so why are you waiting to clean the exterior of your home? You may not even realize how dirty things are out there. Take a look at your roof for those ugly black roof stains. Look at the exterior walls. Check out your gutters and your concrete. Look at how winter has weathered your wood deck. Then call the guys I rely on, Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. They'll come out, inspect everything, and give you a free estimate. They'll safely clean your roof, the exterior of your home, concrete, even your gutters. Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning safely cleans and seals concrete patios and driveways, wood decks. They do power washing. They eliminate those ugly black roof stains and much more. Check out all their services at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Get clean with Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. See more at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Give them a call at 771-4660. That's 771-4660 or IndianaExteriorCleaning.com.
Announcing the Mike's Car Wash Father's Day stock up with our lowest prices of the year, as low as $5.33 per wash. Any washes, buy 4, get 2 free. At prices like these, you can afford to stock up for the whole year.
Don't forget your dad.
In fact, why not get Mike's Car Wash books for just about anyone?
Don't forget your dad.
The graduate, your mom, your brother, your boss, your mailman, yourself.
Your dad.
There's nobody who wouldn't appreciate a gift during the amazing Mike's Car Wash Father's Day stock up.
Like your dad.
Every wash book is on sale, from Mike's basic car wash book to our Works Plus book, including Tire Shine. And they're all buy 4 washes, get 2 free. At our lowest prices of the year, as low as $5.33 per wash. The question isn't whether to get a gift for someone, it's who you might be forgetting.
Don't forget your dad.
Stock up for anyone, even Dad, at any Mike's location. Sale ends Father's Day. Right, Dad?
Right.
There's a current flowing through Indianapolis. More than a current of electricity to power your day. It's a current of IPL employees helping their neighbors. Whether it's planting trees at local parks or serving the youth and elderly in our neighborhoods, IPL's people are taking the time to make sure a growing city grows together. In fact, of all the power we provide, our power to give back could be the most important. IPL, a current flowing from the heart of Indianapolis.
From the Plumbing Heating Paramedic Studios,
This is Central Indiana's news, weather, and traffic station.
93 WIBC, Indianapolis.
Fox News Radio, I'm Bill Vitka. Without warning, a twister hit a camp of oil workers near the North Dakota boomtown of Williston. 15 trailers in the park badly damaged. Unknown at this stage whether anyone was hurt. The twister set off by volatile weather, a supercell.
There were isolated storms that developed on Monday afternoon along the Montana-North Dakota border. Those storms tracked southeast along a frontal boundary and interacted with a warm, unstable air mass and evolved into a supercell thunderstorm.
Corey Mead is with the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. The roads are a mess. They're telling people not to drive, and the tornado threat is not over. A twister alert remains in effect. It is grim in the wake of a massive mudslide in the Colorado town of Colbrand, searching for the missing who vanished in a tide of moving earth without a trace.
3 people from Colbrand, Colorado apparently went to look at a huge section of mountain that started giving way Sunday and haven't been heard from since. The slide is about 40 miles east of Grand Junction. Rescue teams have resumed their search for the 3, and it's rough going since heavy rain has left many muddy areas, some as much as 250 feet deep. No homes or major roads have been affected.
Fox Radio's Jennifer Kuiper. After a chocolate baron was declared the winner of the presidential elections in Ukraine, the insurgency in the country's east took an alarming turn as a pro-Russian rebel seized a regional airport.
Kiev ordered a major assault to try to retake Donetsk airport from rebels who'd stormed the terminal, perhaps knowing the president wanted to pay them a visit. He's now threatening to crush the pro-Russian militants who he refuses to negotiate with. The response from the separatists was swift, fanning out through the city, taking their positions, unsure of what more Kiev is planning.
Lisa Holland of Fox Sister Network Sky News. It is the first military battle in a major city since the unrest began. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
They all should be embarrassed. It's a real mess. What in the world was our government thinking? The news is breaking. Keeping a close eye on what's going on. Explosive story. There was a lockdown, and a war broke loose. We are live.
Are these displaced people?
A desperate situation. What are we going to tell the American people? What's going to happen there? It sounds like war is inevitable.
Israelis want peace desperately.
Greta Van Susteren, on the ground, chasing the real story and getting the truth. Nothing gets by Greta.
On the record, weeknights at 7 on the Fox News Channel.
Weeknights on Fox Business. They don't follow party lines. They don't accept the status quo. They don't do boring television. They're the independents, breaking through the clutter with a different point of view on the day's news. From politics to pop culture, social issues to international affairs, they're calling it like it is.
Cut the nonsense.
Kennedy, Matt Welch, and Camille Foster are the independents. Weeknights at 9, only on Fox Business.
Hi folks, Dr. Dirt here to tell you more about my good friends at Window Man, a locally owned family business with a complaint-free Better Business Bureau rating. Window Man did all the windows in my home, and that's why I decided to tell all my friends about how much we love our new windows. Window Man uses only company employees certified by installation masters to install your new windows. Unlike their competitors, they never send subcontractors to your home. The windows are Energy Star qualified, carry the Good Housekeeping seal, and are backed by a double lifetime warranty. You know, my wife and I really love the beautiful double-hung windows they installed and how easy they are to clean. Most of all, we love the lower utility bills we receive from our new windows. So go ahead and call my friends today at Windowman 443-9000 or visit them on the web at windowmaninc.com 443-9000.
He does it right the first time.
Windowman, your replacement window hero.
I'm Alex Brown in the 93 WIBC 24-hour news center. One person is dead and another injured after a shooting on the city's east side Monday afternoon. IMPD says the shooting occurred shortly after 4 o'clock in the 400 block of North Denny Street.
All right, just got Mike on the phone.
2 men with apparent gunshot wounds. One was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other was taken to Eskenazi Hospital in serious condition. The investigation is ongoing, but police do not believe this was a random act. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Hundreds gathered at Crown Hill Cemetery Monday for the annual Memorial Day service. Lieutenant Colonel Eric Ebb is a chaplain with the Indiana National Guard.
May we ever remember their devotion to duty,
For love of country, may we never forget the blood that they spilled on the field of battle, nor the great loss felt by their loved ones at home.
The holiday has been observed at Crown Hill for 146 years, back when it was called Decoration Day. A Fulton County man is dead and another faces charges following what police call an assault inside a bar early Sunday.
Authorities responded to a call from Leaders Ford Tavern just before 2 Sunday morning. They found 38-year-old Tony Coleman unconscious on the floor. He was pronounced dead a short time later. They report Coleman appeared to be intoxicated while leaving the bar. That's when they say 33-year-old Zachary Clark of Peru punched Coleman in the head, knocking him out. Authorities believe Clark was also intoxicated. He was taken to Fulton County Jail and faces a preliminary charge of aggravated battery. Mike Corbin, 93 WIBC News.
You're up to date. Get local news on demand at WIBC.com. Now here's the forecast from the
talking about the Indy 500 when we return.
Weather Center.
Isolated thunderstorms and
it's going to be good.
Possible early tonight.
And we'll be back in 10.
Tomorrow, warm.
Hallelujah.
A 30% chance of thunderstorms, high of 83. 83 with thunderstorms likely Wednesday. I'm RTV6 meteorologist Kevin Gregory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Katz Tonight.
And you're in.
If you missed it yesterday, the Indy 500, as if you missed it. Like that's even possible in Indianapolis. It was an incredible race. Mike Thompson, the race guru, Sports Mike from 92 WIBC, joins us. It was the fastest or second fastest race in history?
Second fastest, yeah.
And it was the second closest finish in history.
That is also correct, yes.
So I guess what other record-breaking things or almost record-breaking things happened at this race, because it seemed to have it all, including 140-some-odd laps without a yellow.
Yeah, the most laps without a yellow to start the race. Also the most laps completed by all the drivers combined in the race. Usually if you, when you tally all the laps by all the drivers, you don't get as many as were tallied yesterday. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, Jack Hawksworth, the rookie, was on the lead lap, and he finished 20th. I mean, that just tells you how many laps were completed yesterday. I mean, unbelievable.
So you had this, because we've talked about it, and I've talked to you about it, that it usually, seeing it go, so far without a yellow doesn't really happen. This was quite unbelievable. And then once it started happening all over the place. I mean, before we even get into the winner, if you didn't see Ed Carpenter, the Butler Bulldog, as they call him, talking about Hinchcliffe in that 3 wide insanity towards the end of the race, if he could have gotten his hands on the guy, he would have killed him. And I thought he was going to. I thought on the track, Sports Mike, he was going to beat Hinchcliffe within an inch of his life.
Yeah, I mean, ill-advised move by Hinch. And Hinch is a good guy and a very good race car driver, a potential winner of the 500 someday, but an ill-advised decision by Hinch. Now, Ayrton Senna would say if you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a race car driver. But in that instance, going into turn 1 3 wide is not a move you make.
He wanted to claim that, and not just it, the point that he made was that Townsend Bell, I believe it was, he thought Townsend Bell was already shooting out of there. And so he felt safe.
By going 3 wide, that Bell would give up his spot and kind of back out of it a little bit. He doesn't know Townsend Bell that well then, because Townsend Bell's not a guy who's ever going to take his foot off the floor. So, Hinch made his decision so late going into the corner that by the time he got in there and stuck his nose in there, there was no chance of that working.
Because
Bell just keeps his foot in the floor, and then you end up with what you ended up with. But the good news, if you like peace, is the fact that Hinch and Ed made up tonight at the victory banquet. But if you like conflict, then that's not good news for you.
Listen, you can tell me about what he did publicly all you want. You give me Ed Carpenter, a bottle of scotch, and 10 minutes, I'll have the story. I don't believe.
They did. They made up at the victory.
No. That's horse crap.
I talked to Ed after the race in Gasoline Alley yesterday, and he was seething about it still. I mean, it was an ill-advised move.
Ed Carpenter. Let me say this again. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to flat out interrupt you. I know less about racing than anybody in Indianapolis, but I know this. Ed Carpenter could have won that race. He ran an amazing race, started at the pole, never went, I think, any further down than 10th after pitting, and was always. And there was a moment when him and Hillebrand, his teammate, were in second and third, and seriously could have done some amazing work. Don't tell me he's not still seething about it. Oh, he made up there was some love fest in front of a camera. Bull crap. The Kardashians pull that. I don't believe it for a second.
Well, I will say, Ed had a problem with some tire blistering. He fell actually all the way down into the 20s at one point, and he's battled his way all the way back. And you're right, Ed could have won the race. There's no ifs, and or but about it. I thought at one point, you're right, Hildebrand could have won the race, but both of them had some problems with tire blistering. But, yeah, absolutely, Ed could have been a winner yesterday. There's no question about it.
Let's move on a little bit. So Ryan Hunter-Reay wins this by a nose, if I'll take a horse analogy, a horse reference, over Helio Castroneves. How upset is Castroneves? How bothered is he?
He's pretty bothered. He's pretty upset about it. He really, really wanted this one for a number of reasons. He wants to join that elite four-time winners club. It really means a lot to him to be in that club because his spotter is Rick Mears, who's in that club. He and Rick work very, very closely together, and it means as much to Elio to get in that club because he wants that for Rick, to be honest with you, as much as he wants it for himself. And so it really is bothering Elio that he didn't get it done yesterday.
Tony Kanaan started off, I think, with a solid race, then went into the pits, and 45 seconds later came out. What happened to his car? Because it ended his entire race.
They ran him out of fuel. They went one lap too far, stretched him out too far. He came in and stalled it. When they tried to leave, it just messed up the gearing, and so that basically ended his day. That was the end of the line for TK. Not a good day at all for any of the Ganassi guys. Ryan Briscoe had a problem early. He ended up battling back, and he actually had the highest finish of any of the Ganassi guys, and that really wasn't even that high of a finish. Scott Dixon was poised for a pretty good finish.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad wreck. He was doing an excellent race.
Yeah, uncharacteristic wreck for him. So a terrible day for the Ganassi guys. Obviously a great day for Andretti Autosport, but terrible day for Ganassi.
Michael Andretti placing third, of course, in the 500. Talking with Sports Mike. You can follow him on Twitter at Thompson, THOMSEN, Thompson500. So never mind I have nothing again. I don't know Ryan Hunter-Reay. I know very little about him as a driver, but to me that was not the story of the night, although I think ran a solid race, very, very close, being able to the trade of the back and forth with Castroneves. I actually like the idea of the red flag with 9-10 laps left to go. Kind of sets it up like basketball in the last 40 seconds. You get a lot in those laps, and I think people really got their money's worth in those last few laps. But the two stories of the night for me: Sage Karam, the 22 car, he started, I think, towards the bottom of the grid. He ended up 9th. He's 19 years old. He's been driving for 2 years legally.
Yeah, Sage Karam, if I would have had a vote, would have been Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Sage Karam had an absolutely outstanding day, in my opinion. He made some unbelievable moves. At one point, he was dicing with Juan Pablo Montoya, who has won this thing before. Montoya won it in 2000. Karam was absolutely outstanding yesterday. This kid, you wouldn't believe that he was a rookie. I went up and interviewed him yesterday before the race, and I thought, okay, he's going to be nervous. He's a 19-year-old kid who's skipping his prom to be in the Indy 500. He's going to be nervous. Got to be. He was kicking back, cutting up with people like it was no big deal. And I thought, okay, now he's going to be tight. He's going to be nervous on the track. He wasn't nervous at all. I mean, you're right. He was absolutely a coming out party yesterday.
No question.
Pace Karam is the real deal.
And by the way, I said Michael Andretti. Marco Andretti is what I meant. Michael Andretti owns the team. I apologize. The chat room is kicking my butt for getting that wrong. You should have corrected me, Sports Mike. How dare you?
I let that one slide, but
no, don't let it slide. You can't let it slide. These things matter.
Baby, your show, baby.
Here's the other story to me. The other story of the day. Kurt Busch, coming in 6th, tries to do the double with the Coke 600, blows out, I think, in lap 247 of the Coke 600 there, but 6th place. That's insane.
Well, Kurt Busch, tremendous talent, great effort yesterday. Again, I would not have chosen him as Rookie of the Year. I would have chosen second place in the Rookie of the Year ballot, but he did an excellent job. But, I mean, he had a good time, did all the right things, said all the right things, was extremely complimentary of Ryan Hunter-Reay, the winner, for basically saying, hey, this is the guy who helped me all month, showed me around the place, showed me what to do, showed me how special the place is. You know, basically, Kurt Busch got it. And he's one of those guys who he could really be important for the IndyCar series because now he can go back to NASCAR guys and say, hey, I get it now. You know?
Yeah, there's an absolute crossover opportunity, the likes of which hasn't been, I think, seen in a while. And most importantly, and I'm a little bit long on time, but I do want to get this in with you, so we'll stretch it a little bit. This was a race that actually had all the elements, including a very close finish. Is there any word on what the TV audience was like, and how is IndyCar thinking about what this means to the rest of their season, Verizon, of course, being their main sponsor, and what this means to the 99th running next year?
Well, the biggest thing I'll tell you right now, Tony, is IndyCar marketing has to capitalize on the close finish and the fact that it was a young, good-looking American who has a great story.
First time in 8 years. First time in 8 years, right.
Right. Okay, Ryan Hunter-Reay has raised a lot of money for cancer awareness. He's an outstanding talent. He's got a great family. I mean, he's got everything you can. If you can't if you can't market Ryan Hunter-Reay, you can't market anybody. Okay, so this is the challenge for IndyCar marketing. It's one of those put up or shut up moments for IndyCar marketing. If you can't market this guy, then you can't market anybody because this is the guy.
Right.
This is the face. When you've got Elio Castroneves second, who's been on Dancing with the Stars, everyone knows that guy, and Marco Andretti's third, everyone knows Marco Andretti. All the elements are there. So this is it. This is your moment. And like you said, Verizon's pumping money into the series. The series is on its way back. You've got Kurt Busch, doing as well as he did, going back and telling the NASCAR guys, this is the greatest race in the world. He said it tonight. Everything's there. Now it's time. It's time to shine. It's time to take it and say, okay, it's all there. Now it's put up or shut up time.
Mike Thompson, Sports Mike for us here at 93 WIBC on Twitter, Thompson 500, THOMSEN 500. Thanks, my friend. I will see you next week.
Yep, we'll talk to you then.
More ahead. This is Tony Katz tonight.
93 WIBC.
The second closest race in Indy 500 history. Ryan Hunter-Reay beat Elio Castroneves.
Another news update is just minutes away.
I'll take to the streets of Isla Vista and slay.
Get the facts.
Every single one of us owes our fallen heroes a profound debt of gratitude.
Not just the talking points.
Vladimir Putin, he has strategic control.
Veterans have died.
Get the benefits and opportunities that they have earned.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Beth, I don't think most of the listeners know we install and work on commercial HVAC equipment.
Dave, you're right. Installing HVAC equipment is how we started 53 years ago.
We have installed systems in little churches and big churches, in assisted living and nursing homes, in jails and weather stations.
Dave, don't forget IT rooms, medical and dental office buildings, and my personal favorite, jewelry stores. We recommend and prefer American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment.
Not only do we install it, but we're experts in maintaining it too. Not too many employees or customers are staying if it's too hot or too cold in a place.
Call us today to find out about a free filter change.
We want to be your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning provider.
It's our goal to provide superior products and unparalleled service to the people of Central Indiana.
Call us today at 243-3581.
B&W Plumbing and Heating, the professionals in the big black trucks.
Still family owned and operated for over 50 years. 243-3581.
No overtime Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
Hi, this is Doug again from Long's Furniture World. Did you know that when you purchase a mattress from a national brand name, between 30 and 40% of what you spend goes to paying for the advertising of that brand so that you'll remember it? In other words, 30 to 40% of the money you spend goes toward nothing to do with the quality of the mattress. I've personally been in the mattress business for over 30 years, and I've sold several of these expensive
Update on the Pacers, please.
I can tell you these mattresses are not.
It is game. Miami won.
Score? Last no longer than the beds made from the right local mattress company. We at Long's Furniture World choose to offer
102 to 90. Pacers made a run, but just couldn't do enough.
Warranty. They are thicker, plusher, and they are higher quality than any of the national
Not what
brands.
you want to hear.
And when you buy one, you won't be paying all of that extra money for expensive.
James finished with 32 points and 10 boards.
Cheap bowling balls or famous wedding dress designers.
While George led the Pacers with 23 points and 7 rebounds.
Don't take my word for it. Visit one of our 4 locations in Franklin, Southport, Castleton, and our brand new location on Rockville Road in Avon. Find us at longsfurnitureworld.com.
Hey, it's Steve Simpson for LeafGuard of Indiana. You know, when I needed a gutter protection system, I chose LeafGuard of Indiana, the ultimate gutter protection system. Not just clog-free, but guaranteed clog-free. Now, LeafGuard doesn't go up under your shingles or attach to your roof like the other shutters, covers, and helmets out there. That means that LeafGuard does not nail to your roof decking. So they're not going to compromise your roof, or more importantly, its warranty. Now, right now, LeafGuard of Indiana is offering 12 months interest-free and payments as low as $50. So if you have ever thought about calling LeafGuard, now is the time. 317-546-0600. Guaranteed never to clog. You get them and forget them. I have. Call before the offer is pulled. LeafGuard of Indiana, 317-546-0600. Or you can find them at leafguardofindiana.com. Again, the number, 317-546-0600.
When it rains, it shines, and you're worry-free. A Leaf Guard gutter never clogs. Guaranteed.
It's the Good Guys All-American Nationals Card Show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, June 6th to the 8th. Join us for the all-new Good Guys Hot Rodding Experience. Check out over 2,500 American-made and powered vehicles of all years at our giant showing shop, including hot rods, customs, muscle cars, and trucks. Visit vendor exhibit, shop the swap meet, and cars for sale corral. Plus, enjoy free fun stuff for the kids. For tickets and details, visit good-guys.com. Good Guys, full throttle fun.
A drink of milk, a kiss of the bricks. We know that's what Indiana race winners do. But how should a health plan measure its success? Hi, I'm Vicki Perry, CEO of Advantage Health. At Advantage, success is measured by our customers, and 98% of ours stay with us year after year. Our competitors talk market share, profit, and members enrolled. But we think 98% customer satisfaction says it all.
A local health plan. Now that's an advantage.
Up to $3,000 more for your trade and no payments until Labor Day. Up to $3,000 more for your trade. Bill Estes Ford and Bill Estes Chevrolet.
Tim's Shooting
Back in 10.
Field is open to the public with 15 shooting lanes, a full-service store, and classes for all levels of shooters. Visit us at timsshootingacademy.com.
You're listening to Tony Katz Tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
I have no idea when the Johnny Manziel madness is going to stop. I don't know what's going to be more ridiculous. Those people who follow everything Johnny Manziel does, overanalyze everything the Cleveland Browns quarterback says, or those people who are really interested in what happened at the Kim Kardashian-Kanye West wedding in Paris. which they got married. Who could care? I think the New York Post had a headline that said "Alert," and then in parentheses, yawn. Kim and Kanye get married. I thought that was terrific. I don't know if that was photoshopped or not, but if not, it was brilliant. A brilliant, brilliant headline. There was this on Yahoo that Johnny Manziel went to Vegas this weekend. He took in a UFC 173, and then he went to a pool party where he was photographed around like 13 or 14 very attractive women in bikinis. Well, what do we think he's going to do? How do we think this works? And who cares? The only thing that matters about Johnny Manziel, the quarterback from Texas A&M, Johnny Football, Heisman Trophy winner, is that when he's called upon, he throws touchdowns. That's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing anybody should care about. Why does any of it concern anyone? How is this a story? Let me try and explain to you what's going to happen with Johnny Manziel, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Manziel is going to spend a lot of money on things that he shouldn't. Johnny Manziel is going to have sex with a lot of different women. Some of those women will talk about it. Some of those women will not. Some of those women will then sue him because he's already dealing with some lawsuits like that now. None of that matters. What matters is what he does on the field. Now, everything I said is based on legal activities. So, just because there's a group of ultra-feminists out there who want to make sex illegal, and that's not a joke. I'm not making that up. Okay, so if Paige was here, Paige is back tomorrow. By the way, I'm not here tomorrow. Cameron Gray and Seton Motley are in tomorrow, but she would be the voice of Emma's conscience of whether or not I could say this about the feminists. So Colin, it may come down to you, and since you have no soul, I don't know how you're going to determine this. You're not a redhead, but you might as well be one. You are soulless, like a ginger. I'm going to try and explain this the best I can. There are feminists out there who write articles, and it's not satire. They believe it. One of the things they believe is that if they were to have a son, they would not breastfeed that son. You see, breastfeeding is certainly more preferred, healthier than bottle feeding. Now, some people bottle feed. Some people have to bottle feed. As long as you're feeding your kid, I say, good on you. But breastfeeding is certainly preferred. It is. It's healthier. It's better for the kid. It's human nature, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other way around it. But they won't do it. Why? Because they do not want to make their sons strong. That way, they'll help end the patriarchy. I kid you not. It is child abuse on every level when they talk like this. So that's one. Here's the other one. Oh, God. Okay, so Colin, here it is. I'm not saying anything dirty. All I'm doing is engaging a bit of description. That's all I'm doing. All right?
Okay.
So you are Paige in this conversation. They believe that sex is a horrifically violent act that a man perpetrates on a woman, even though both are willing participants in the act and may actually get pleasure out of it. They have determined that it is forced entry even if she says yes. I'm not quite sure how the species continues without that interaction, but they haven't gotten around to explaining that to me. All right? So I bring this up only because it should not come as a surprise that Johnny Manziel or any football player who is single and now has all this money may actually spend time with people who they are attracted to, and things may happen, and there may be some agreed upon activities No one should be surprised by this, and we sure as hell shouldn't be writing articles about what Johnny Manziel is doing in Vegas, because it doesn't matter. More about the feminists, though, when we return. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
This hour is powered by Whispers Hearing Centers.
Pat Sullivan here with a spring home improvement tip. You wouldn't go a year without cleaning the inside of your house, so why are you waiting to clean the exterior of your home? You may not even realize how dirty things are out there. Take a look at your roof for those ugly black roof stains. Look at the exterior walls. Check out your gutters and your concrete. Look at how winter has weathered your wood deck. Then call the guys I rely on, Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. They'll come out, inspect everything, and give you a free estimate. They'll safely clean your roof, the exterior of your home, concrete, even your gutters. Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning safely cleans and seals concrete patios and driveways, wood decks. They do power washing. They eliminate those ugly black roof stains and much more. Check out all their services at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Get clean with Indiana Roof and Exterior Cleaning. See more at IndianaExteriorCleaning.com. Give them a call at 771-4660. That's 771-4660 or IndianaExteriorCleaning.com.
If you need reliable, high-quality video production, look no further than PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com provides promotional videos, training videos, and conference and event coverage nationwide. Get a high-quality, consistent look to your corporate videos with the most reliable video company in the country. Visit PrimeImageMedia.com today to learn more. Mention Tony Katz and get 10% off your first production. That's PrimeImageMedia.com. PrimeImageMedia.com.
My name is Armando Montalongo from the hit TV show Flip This House, and flipping houses is back. So if you've ever wanted to get involved in real estate investing and make big money, retire the one you love, or simply send your kids to college, then you must attend my free live event that's coming to your city this week. Call right now because seats to this event go fast.
Call 855-431-FLIP right now. That's 855-431-FLIP to register.
We're going to teach you that you can learn the strategies that have made me a real estate multimillionaire. My team is going to show you that you can cash flow and flip properties.
He's a
right in
multimillionaire.
your area. Call now to register and
God
receive
bless.
my Flip for Success DVD and audio CD valued at $500 for absolutely free. You can learn that you can make big money, but you must pick up the phone right now and call because this is a free event and seating is limited.
Call 1-855-431-FLIP. 1-855-431-FLIP. That's 1-855-431-3547. Additional items will be available for purchase. Armando may not be present at this event.
Home Furnishings. Red, white, and blue savings at Godby Home Furnishings. Take 15% off our lowest prices. We've got all the newest styles of sofas and chairs by Lazy Boy, solid wood dinettes made in the USA, bedroom suites designed for any decor, and you'll save an extra 15%. Plus, if you purchase an iComfort or iSeries mattress by Serta, you can finance your purchase with 0% APR for 4 years. That's Memorial Day savings at Godby Home Furnishings.
Hey, sis, what was the name of that greenhouse Mom took you to last year?
Oh, you mean Butler's Wholesale Retail Greenhouses. She's been going there for years. They have the best ferns, and their geraniums hanging baskets are huge. You know, they have over 25 varieties of hanging baskets, from $13.50 to $19.50. In fact, you can't beat their prices. They have annuals up to 48 counts.
So what else,
including
people? What else
vegetable
do we
mix and
know?
match for $13. Their bedding geraniums are $15 for 36 plants.
Well, sounds great, but what about their quality?
Oh, their plants are gorgeous. And you know, they let you shop all their greenhouses, 3.5 acres in all.
Well, how about getting together and taking Mom this weekend? Sounds good to me.
Butler Wholesale Retail Greenhouse, located at 2401 West Morris Street, only 2 miles from downtown. Open April 1st, 7 days a week. Give Butler's a call at 634-6067 or 370-2315. Butler's, where your gardening dollar goes yards further. Check them out on Facebook. Butler's Flowers and Plants.
If you want to be more flexible physically, you could talk to a yoga instructor.
Breathe deeply. Pull the air down into your joints and let your bones spiral outward.
But if you want to be more flexible financially, talk to a BMO Harris banker about a home equity line of credit. Tapping into your home's equity will give you greater flexibility to do things like renovate your kitchen or repave your driveway. You can use the funds to consolidate debt, pay tuition, buy a new computer, new appliances, or to pay for unexpected expenses that may arise. Why not flex your muscles and stop into a nearby BMO Harris branch to discuss your options? Or if you like, Visit us online.
Feel your fingers typing. BMOHarris.com/home equity.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 401052. BMO Harris is a trade name used by BMO Harris Bank N.A.
Cleansing breath.
Member FDIC.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been solving garage door problems for 33 years. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today.
Join Dick Crum at the
Back in 10.
Club
Right on.
for a morning of bridge and an opportunity to learn about retirement living at Magnolia Springs. Get the details at WIBC.com. You're listening to Tony Katz tonight. To talk to Tony, call 239-9393.
You're in.
Elections in Ukraine, President-elect Petro Poroshenko clearly a little more hardline against Russian invasion, if you will, stating before the last vote had been counted that, quote, there will be a sharp increase in the efficiency of anti-terrorist operations. They won't last 2 or 3 months. They'll last a few hours. So we got ourselves a fighter in Ukraine. And did I see it right that Vitaly Klitschko was voted as, is he the new mayor? He's the new mayor of Kiev. Vitaly Klitschko. He got 57% of the vote. Some people say setting him up to be a future president, possibly, of Ukraine. So we will continue to keep our eye on what develops. But you haven't heard much of Ukraine. You haven't heard much of anything regarding foreign policy because the president has been so busy visiting Cooperstown and doing anything sports related to get people off of the fact that horrific foreign policy, horrific, disastrous foreign policy, a shameful guy in his inability to match the rhetoric with action. His rhetoric, of course, is the seas would begin to heal. Something about the seas healing. I think that the quote so makes me spasm with illness that I'm not able to properly remember the quote. But there's something about the seas receding and there's a healing of the planet. It's like President Obama considers himself to be Neosporin. He's just going to slather it all over the affected areas. And in a couple of days, all the swelling will go down. I don't know if that's what the Neosporin is supposed to do. Does Neosporin get rid of swelling? Somebody, please, let me know. 317-239-9393. Toll free 800-571-9422. Speaking of swelling, the greatest story I've run into all week, and it's only Monday. Happy Memorial Day, by the way, everybody. Only Monday. 50 Shades effect. 50 Shades, of course, referring to 50 Shades of Grey, the book made famous for bringing mommy porn to the fore. A rise in sexually transmitted diseases among older couples could have been caused by the 50 Shades of Grey effect, according to a top doctor. Charlotte Jones said the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy has led to older couples being more adventurous in bed and could explain a rise in sexually transmitted infections among the over 50 crowd. So there are two ways to look at this. Let us first say that the books 50 Shades of Grey have inspired all people from all walks of life to get their freak on, to explore themselves, their sexuality, and really find some happiness or be willing to try new and inventive things. That is one way to look at it. Here is the other way to look at it. Your grandparents are doing it right now. And they're probably doing it with somebody else's grandparents. and they're doing it on the couch that you sit on when you visit for Thanksgiving. I just need you to let that sink in right now. We're just going to let that marinate, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happening. It's the greatest story ever. The 50 Shades effect. Is it possible? Is it really and truly possible that many over 50s who are already in some kind of relationship were having a non-sexual relationship? Or was it that this book has said to them, hey, you ever thought about swinging? Swinging? What do you mean swinging? I mean, couple over there, nice people, we're friends. She's a goer. You a goer? She's a goer. Let's be goers. Like, I don't know how it develops that conversation. Sure, 50 Shades of Grey, I guess you can call it erotic, and because they say it is. I have never read 50 Shades of Grey. I just want to put that out there. I have never read 50 Shades of Grey. Garrison has read 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my! Actually, true story. Ghostwriter. No joke. No lie. Greg Garrison ghost wrote 50 Shades of Grey. Absolutely true story. But I don't know how that there's a whole bondage thing in it and everything else. I don't know how that leads to the increased sexually transmitted diseases. I don't know how that works, because I don't think the book had anything to do with group sex, or is it that 50s are now being a little bit more, hey, yeah, let's go do this? Or did they read the book and say, oh, I got to get me some right now, and then went to the local diner for the blue plate special and said, yes, I'll have the number 2 and him. I don't know how this works. How do you get to the moment? The chat room is very upset that they should stop old people sex. And then others said maybe they met at a book club. Oh, no. Now, there are these book clubs where they get together and they discuss the book. You think a group of people got together, read 50 Shades of Grey, got to the book club meeting and said, yeah, so I read 50 Shades of Grey. And did you all read it? You all read it? Can we all just get naked right now? Because honestly, I have been wanting to get naked with all of you ever since Chapter 6. Who's with me after Chapter 6? And the next thing you know, they're all naked and going to it. That's, first of all, the greatest book club of all time. But I don't believe that's the way it happened. I don't believe that's the way it's happened. Jimmy, the great Jimmy Bice in the chat room, women read the book or get too close to the book, then must run off to have skeezy sex with strangers. I don't think that's it. I don't think women are like that. They read a book and are like, okay, now let me go find some strange guy. No. Guys. Well, I'm pretty sure guys are exactly like that. But I just don't know why they had to read the book. That's the part that's the only part I'm not quite getting. But it's the sexually transmitted diseases that's kind of confusing me, because it would mean that the book is bringing them into sex with people they didn't know before, or situations that they didn't know before. The chat room is correcting me. It's Chapter 8, not Chapter 6. I apologize. I'm also being told I know the lingo too well. What lingo do I know? Colin, do I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I guess.
That's because I'm a man who has been around the block once or twice. I don't mean to brag or nothing, but yeah, I have. Listen, I don't think it's a question of knowing the lingo. It's just if 50 Shades is upping the level of sexually transmitted disease, I think that's very interesting, because it means that people who weren't having any kind of physicality now are, and I'm hugely in favor of that. I am huge. Oh, absolutely. Two grown-ups mutually agreeing to have a good time. Fine by me. Fine by me. That's this is what I bring to America. This is clearly what I bring to America. It's okay. It is okay. The chat room, by the way, telling me that women need a reason, and the book has given them a reason to be more amorous. Perhaps. Perhaps you tell me. 317-239-9393. More ahead. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Members of the 3rd U.S. Infantry guard the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Without him, we may well wonder, as others have.
Some you know, most you didn't.
We'll never know the answers to these questions about his life. We do know, though, why he died.
This Memorial Day, we honor all of them.
We pause to embrace him and all who served us so well.
93 WIBC.
Take a guess at what's on sale from Unique Home Solutions in May.
Triple pane windows and gutters?
That's right. But that's not all. What else do you think's on sale in May?
How about solid core Statement siding and 50-year roofs?
Right again. But that's still not everything.
Sounds like it's easier to say what Unique doesn't have on sale in May.
Everything Unique sells is on sale in May for 25% off. It's Unique's annual spring whole house sale.
Including my favorite kitchen and bath makeovers.
Including kitchen and bath makeovers, too. And the 25% off includes labor.
Am I also right that you have free handyman service just for looking?
Right again. So take advantage of the whole house sale and call Unique.
Unique Home Solutions, 1-800-800-1971.
Are you looking for a church where you can put work clothes on your faith?
Pastor John Gable of Tabernacle Presbyterian Church.
Whether it's serving food at the soup kitchen, tutoring and mentoring an elementary school child, or showing boys and girls the love of Christ on our sports field, TAB is a place where we actually live out the message of the gospel, not just on Sunday morning, but throughout the week. At TAB, we don't just talk about our faith, we do it. And not just because these are the right things to do. We do them because Jesus instructs us to love God and serve our neighbors. What about you? Are you ready to put work clothes on your faith? Find out how you can fit in at tabpres.org.
Tabernacle Presbyterian Church, 34th Street and Central Avenue in Indianapolis, invites you to worship Sunday morning at 8, 9, or 11. If you can't make it in person, tune into Sunday with Tab, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WIBC. To learn more about Tab, visit us at tabpres.org.
MSNBC presents Growing Hope.
When a voice is empowered to action, when a light shines on equality and justice, the seed of hope is sown. It drives you to tackle the hard stuff, to stop gun violence, protect voter rights, to fight so that everyone has access to health care, and make sure no one falls through the cracks. As hope grows, so does the power of people.
Learn more at msnbc.com/growinghope.
What am I supposed to do with that call, Frank?
Safer and more reliable.
About with that guy, Frank. What am I supposed to do with that, Colin?
User fees and added feature costs. Okay.
You can do what you want.
I don't even understand what it means.
No offshore or automated phone trees.
I guess you mentioned hemorrhoids.
I never did.
Barracuda Network.
It's a weird thing that someone wants to talk about hemorrhoids. I don't think I have any room for that in the show.
Apps and data, all from a single source that's easy to do business with. Protect your business. Visit barracuda.com/product to try any free for 30 days.
Now during Menard's Big Sale, it's the perfect time to start your summer projects. Save big on lawn and garden, building supplies, plus much more. All true definition shingles by Owens Corning are on sale in stunning designer colors to give your home a great new look. Plus exclusive Sure-Nail design that makes them strong enough to withstand winds up to 130 miles per hour. Roof your home with the best. Owens Corning True Definition shingles, all on sale.
Save big money at Menard.
Back in 10.
Do you have difficulty hearing in crowded restaurants? Take a free hearing quiz to identify if you have the symptoms of hearing loss at whisperhearingcenters.com.
To talk to Tony Katz, call 800-571-9422 or 239-9393. This is Tony Katz Tonight.
You're in.
Tony Katz Tonight. Little programming note. Tomorrow, Cameron Gray, Seton Motley sit in the big chair. I am on assignment. That's what we're calling it. That's how I'm billing it. On assignment. So I will be out. They will be in Wednesday and Thursday, of course, as scheduled. Friday, coming to you live from the Woodlands in Texas, home of Texas Online, where I will be speaking and, of course, performing with Kurt Schlichter and Steven Cruiser in Tracked and Targeted. There are still tickets if you can make it down there, because I know we have people who listen online from all over the country. You can come and join us and be a part of the whole thing, be a part of the good times had by all. So again, Memorial Day, and a happy Memorial Day to everyone out there, and a big thanks to those who gave all, and to their families. Certainly, we've talked about it today. We've talked about it quite a bit, and I don't want people out there mocking anybody because they thank a veteran by saying, "Hey, thanks." Veterans Day, Memorial Day. We talked about Armed Services Day, etc. But I think it's very important, and I've been at least encouraged by people who took their kids to cemeteries to place flags. I know there are Boy Scout troops and Girl Scout troops that did this, that engaged in this as well. I don't know if it necessarily needs that, but certainly there's nothing wrong with that. Just a conversation, and I wonder how many conversations actually took place regarding Memorial Day. But I'll give you this as maybe a bit of a there's hope. Do we want to say hope? I don't like using hope anymore. The word's been destroyed, but I'll give you this. In where I live in the San Fernando Valley, all right, well, admittedly, the Valley is a more conservative place than over the hill in Hollywood or West Hollywood or Santa Monica, etc. But throughout the Valley, and some of my driving today, I saw more American flags in front of houses than I have ever seen in California. Than I have ever witnessed. I could not believe my eyes. And I was in a bunch of places today. Did a few things today. Got out. It felt good. It was wonderful to see, and it was startling because you're not used to it. You're not used to it in Southern California. You're not used to it, I think, in California, period, but you're certainly not used to it in Los Angeles. And so it was nice to see. And it made me say to myself, maybe, just maybe, possibly. And you see, chat room, no, I won't do it. Randy in the chat room says it means nothing. People were nice to each other after 9/11. It didn't last. That is nowhere near the same, and I'll gladly give you my reasons why. People were nice to each other after 9/11. I don't agree that people weren't nice to each other before 9/11. 9/11 was the recognition that we are under attack based on an ideology that does not believe in our existence. What happened after 9/11 was those people who could not bring themselves to realize that there is evil in the world, or point out evil in the world, or state clearly that belief, that thesis, that ideology, that value system is indeed evil, perpetrates evil, engages in evil, promotes evil, values evil, and most importantly, funds evil. Well, since there are people who refuse to admit that, say that, speak about that, you quickly got into this concept of two camps. You have a group of people out there who wholeheartedly believe that even when they are attacked, it's because of something that we did. Remember, chickens coming home to roost and all. This is this is 2014. That was, we're talking about 13 years later. And when I see more American flags, I say to myself, somewhere on some level, Memorial Day means something. Now, it could just be rote. I don't say no. It could just be, oh, it's Memorial Day, you put out a flag. But symbols matter. We know clearly that icons matter. One of the great videos you can ever watch is Bill Whittle discussing iconography. Oh, it's spectacular. It's stunning. It is stunning how good it is. It is incredible. Icons matter. The visuals matter. In Poland, back in this, was it the 70s, the 80s? When did Pope John Paul visit Poland? Went back to his home from Poland. And he gave the mass where millions of people showed up, and they broke into spontaneous applause for 14 minutes. When he left, it was not. It's the basis of the movie 9 Days That Changed the World. When the Pope left, the Poles, who were under, of course, the disgusting, sick, twisted hand of communism, started putting in their shop windows 2 + 2 = 4. Now, this was a serious conundrum for the communists, for the Russians. Because how could you be mad at somebody for placing a mathematical equation in a window? After all, 2 + 2 does indeed equal 4. But that wasn't the purpose. The purpose was an indication of truth. Speaking out and saying, there is something better ahead. This is what's real. What they are telling us is not real. But what we experienced when the Pope arrived, and those 14 minutes of applause, you got to picture it. Millions of people came to a mass in a place where you're not even allowed to worship freely. You worship the state, that's it. And they realized during this 14 minutes of applause, to which the Pope never interrupted, he stopped the mass and let them applaud. It was the first time these people realized there were more of them than there were of the communists. 1979, thank you, chat room. They realized there were more of them than there were of the communists, and they said to themselves, holy mackerel, this is what's real. So they created their own iconography, their own symbolism. 2 + 2 = 4. My point is, when I see more American flags than I have ever seen in Los Angeles, I say to myself that that's a good sign, that symbolism can mean something. That all those flags, if I noticed, others may have as well. Maybe it's something. My thanks to all of you. Follow me on Twitter at Tony Katz. Don't forget TonyKatz.com. Colin, thank you. See you tomorrow, everyone. Take care.
Hey, it's the chicks on the right here to tell you about our spring cleaning heroes.
I'll be with you in I'll be with you in a second, Colin.
Okay.
That means calling.
Guys, can't thank you enough. Cannot thank you enough. Really appreciate it. Cameron and Seaton in tomorrow. Be good to them. They're decent people. And I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Take care.